76 and went full-time in 78. Did you have any idea you'd stick with it that long?
No, I really didn't. But you know what? It was such a good profession. I enjoyed almost every minute of it. There were some upbeats and there was some downtime, but it was a great profession. I was lucky that I got in when I did, and I was mentored by a lot of older quality umpires. So, in fact, one of the guys that helped get me to the big leagues was Al Barlick, who was a Hall of Fame umpire.
Tune in Mondays at noon for The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
The Birdland Summer Music Series, presented by Miller Lite, is back at Camden Yards on Saturday, May 27th with multi-platinum artist Andy Grammer. After the Orioles take on the Texas Rangers at 4:05, stay post-game to watch Andy Grammer live from the infield. The concert is open to all fans who attend the game, with the option to add special on-field access for just $30. Enjoy hits like Honey, I'm Good, Don't Give Up on Me, and Fresh Eyes. Get your tickets at Orioles.com/music.
The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla. It's the best idea ever.
Oh, come on. The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla was my idea. I did that. Don't play yourself.
The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla.
Genius.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Baltimore Orioles baseball.
Mullins rips this into right field. That's a base hit. Bobber around third base. The throw in from right field. And a play at the plate. And Bobber's safe. He beat a good throw from the right fielder, Hunter Renfroe. And it's 2-1 Baltimore.
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
It's me, Nancy Garcia.
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
Excitement time.
Clam down! Clam down! Clam down! Clam down! Pirates are going dancing, baby!
They picked us last. They picked us last. And now we're going dancing. We're going dancing.
How about those friggin' Pirates?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a lovely Thursday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930, online, PR927fm.com. and watch the show on Facebook Live and YouTube. Hope you can join us there and be a part of today's program. We have a lot of guests and topics to get to. We will have our first guest coming up in about 20 minutes. Trey Daly will join us. Trey, a part of the Showcase Baseball world with the Dirtbags. And we'll talk some baseball. We'll talk about some of the Pirates that have come through the Dirtbag system, but also something going on he wants to make folks aware of. A longtime Dirtbags coach, Axel Smith, has been hospitalized, and there is a GoFundMe to help out with his medical bills. So we'll pass that information along to you as well. So we'll talk some baseball and some real life coming up here in about 20 minutes with Trey Daly from the Dirtbags. At 4 o'clock, just a different kind of dirtbag, Brandon Manning will join us in the Pirate Radio studios. Brandon's a good guy, I kid. Former Pirate will join us for the Farm Bureau ECU report. We got to talk about an epic one from Tuesday night, get Brandon's take on that, and what lies ahead for this Pirate baseball team as East Carolina taking on South Florida. Got a schedule change for that one, by the way. That one coming up today at 5 o'clock. So we'll watch the first hour of that game right here in the Pirate Radio studios during Pirate Radio Live. But East Carolina and South Florida this weekend, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then the AAC tournament begins in Clearwater on Tuesday. So we will talk to Brandon about that and what it looks like as far as postseason goes for the Pirates. At 4:30, a special edition of Name That Sound. Today, Name That Sound Hall of Famer Brandon Manning and Name That Sound creator Shirley Rhodes will go head-to-head. Chandler and I have come up with the sounds for today's game. I'm pretty proud of what we did earlier today, Chandler, getting those sounds together. So excited for that coming up at 4:30. At 5 o'clock, we'll talk to the Cran Man, Marcus Crandell, ECU Hall of Famer, will join us, and we'll talk to another former Pirate as well, Tabari Snoop Wallace, educator, school administrator, and former DB for East Carolina. So we'll talk some Pirate football memories and more coming up in hour number 3 of today's show. So we are locked and loaded here on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Also, your comments as well. Kevin wants to talk a little golf, as Kevin chimes in on YouTube. He says HV3 with a solid first round at even par, 13th right now. Let's give him a Pirate boost and hope he wins, and then he'll be in all the majors the next 5 years despite making all the loot on the Live Tour. So yeah, a win, and he's back in the majors, so that would be very, very nice if HV3 could get his first major win. And right now the leaders are at 3 under par on the Buccaneer Music Hall leaderboard presented by Dub Buck. Scotty Scheffler, Keegan Bradley, and Connors. Chandler Honeycutt is here. Hello, Chandler.
Hey, Clipper.
What's Connors' first name? Come on, sports guy.
Nate.
D.H. Conley, head football coach?
Yes.
Let's see. We got Corey Connors.
Connors.
He is a Canadian from Canada. But HV3 right now, even par as he plays in round 1 of the PGA Championship. Pike is in. He said he's ready to hear some good Pirate news. I've got some good Pirate news. I believe this came out yesterday. We didn't talk about it. But I've got some good, I guess, non-sports news, but good news for East Carolina University. How about a $30 million gift to ECU and the EC Scholars Program? That milestone gift was announced by Philip Rogers, the chancellor at East Carolina, on Wednesday, and it is a combined $30 million commitment to the institution from Robert Brinkley and Amy Brinkley, also Lewis Lane and Lynn Lane. And that is the EC Scholars Program will now be known as the Brinkley Lane Scholars Program to honor their investment, a combined $30 million commitment to the institution there. So there's some good news for you, Pike. That is awesome news. So there you go. There's your ECU good news of the day to start off the show. Eric says today's Name That Sound will be like Jordan going one-on-one with James Naismith. That is a very good analogy, Eric. The creator versus the legend, Shirley Rhodes versus Brandon Manning. And you will be able to hear that an hour and a half from now right here on this program. All right, Shirley Rhodes is here. The Chan Man is here. You heard his voice a moment ago. How we doing today, folks?
Doing pretty good.
Eyeing some day baseball. Angels and O's are going back and forth at Camden Yards, and the ball is flying out of the yard at Camden Yards, and the O's trailed, took a lead. It is now tied again, 5-5, as the Angels tie it up in the 8th inning, and the Stars are out in Baltimore because you've had a Shohei Ohtani home run, a Mike Trout home run, an Adley Rutschman home run, and Anthony Santander also homering for the O's today. So it is a home run derby at Camden Yards. It is 5-5 as they play in the 8th inning. We'll keep you up to date on that on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, presented by Buck. Mets have a 3-2 lead over the Rays in the 7th inning. It is Marlins 4, Nationals 2 in the 8th. White Sox up 1-0 on Cleveland in the 4th inning. Not a lot of baseball today, but there is hoops and there is hockey. Hurricanes hockey as the Canes finally back on the ice. Got some good news today as well, as Teuvo Teravainen practiced on Monday. We talked to Mike Maniscalco yesterday, said it was leaning towards the positive that he would be able to play for the Hurricanes, and he will indeed play, according to this article on ESPN.com. They will get a lineup boost for Game 1. Teuvo Teravainen expected to return from injury. Broke his hand in this playoffs in Game 2 of the first round. He had surgery and missed all of the next series against the Devils, but now he is back because hockey guys are tough. So that is big news, as Teuvo Teravainen should be ready to go for tonight and this series against the Florida Panthers, as the Carolina Hurricanes try to win 4 more games and advance to the Stanley Cup Final. Also tonight, NBA action, Game 2 in the Western Conference Finals, as the Nuggets will host the Lakers, and the Nuggets were able to win Game 1 back on Monday. How about last night? Jimmy Butler and the Heat win on the road. Jimmy Butler last night in the win had 35 points for the Miami Heat, and they upset the Celtics Game 1 of that series. And now Boston trailing that series 1-0, just as they trailed the Sixers 1-0. Were able to win that series in 7 games. So that's what's going on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, presented by Buck, as we follow a lot going on in the world of sports. Austin.
Watch out, Shirley. Cover your ears.
Austin says, "I'm ready, Shirley. Let me hear your live apology." What are you apologizing to Austin about?
Oh, about the Spotify thing yesterday.
All right.
I think that's what he's talking about, because he was looking for one yesterday.
All right, Shirley, are you going to apologize to Austin?
No.
All right, we'll move on. Tyler says, "Looking forward to the sounds that Chandler has picked out." So I'll be upfront and honest. Last night I sent a list of, I think, 12 or 13 sounds I had already got, and I said, "Hey, Chandler, can you participate in this group assignment that we have?" And he did. He's got we got 2, 3, 4 sounds that Chandler came up with, and he did his homework. He showed me his notes app when I came in today, so I was proud of you, Chandler.
Yeah, I mean, and it was fun putting it together. I'm sure Shirley has as much fun as she does every week putting together the sounds for us, just for me to lose. But it was fun actually being, I guess, the co-hosts today and putting those sounds together. Can't wait to see how well they do.
All right, so Tyler, you will ask and you shall receive. Chandler and I have put together the sounds. You'll hear that at 4:30. Austin said, "All the shows from the week uploaded yesterday after I said something about it on the show." All right, Austin. Relax, man.
Austin, it's okay, man.
Austin. How's Austin?
Instead of apology, how about we just say thank you for the heads up?
Yeah, hey, Austin, thank you.
That's good on you.
And give us a home update. How are things going with you and the wife? I know it's been a little rocky.
It's been a long time since that day where he and his wife
I can't imagine why. Austin seems to get along with women so well and treat them with respect. Yeah. I don't know what we see
it each and every day here on the show.
I don't know what the issue would be, Austin. The way you talk and treat females.
I can't imagine why your wife may want to leave you forever and start a new family with Chandler Honeycutt. Tyler says you can just watch the replay on YouTube. Guys, we're not going to do this today. We're going to have a positive show. I came on smiling. It's sunny out, beautiful weather. We're not going to do the negativity today. We're going to talk to a principal of the year, Tabari Wallace. Marcus Crandell is Mr. Positivity, one of the most genuine, kindest people I've ever met. Brandon Manning, we joke around a lot, but we have a lot of fun because we are true buddies. And also Trey Daly is going to tell us how you can help out somebody in need right now, somebody that can help. So we are doing a positive, uplifting edition of Pirate Radio Live today. None of this Austin Shirley beef. None of this people picking sides in that beef. It's a positive show. Chandler, what do you think?
I'm always down for a positive show. In fact, I think before the showdown between Shirley and Brandon Manning, I think there should be either one, this is up to them, a handshake or a hug. And you can choose.
Okay.
I think that will be a great addition to the positive show today.
Chandler, that is a positive, uplifting thing to say and to think of. I don't know if forcing physical touching amongst two people necessarily could be the best thing. If they
high five, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, just a wave across the room at acknowledgement. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, how would you feel though if I asked you to hug every guest that came on the show?
I'd give him a hug.
You'd be into that?
I'm a hugger.
All right. Could be something new that we do around here. The Angels, by the way, have taken the lead over the Orioles in the top of the 8th inning, 6-5. That score on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Chandler, I asked you, as we look at our Flight by Yuengling ECU report, I asked you for a vibe check earlier this week for ECU Campbell. I was at a 10.
I was at a 7.5.
Yeah, and man, we saw a classic. I thought that, and shame on me, this is me not giving Campbell enough respect maybe, but I thought our pitchers would be able to handle them a little better. And you know what? With a little less shoddy defense, maybe the score would have been a little lower on Campbell's side. And I thought the Pirates would hit the ball. I was right on that one. I was a little bit wrong on the pitching side of things. So my 10 vibe, maybe a little misleading. Maybe I should have been a little lower on the scale. How do you feel, though, coming off the loss, taking on South Florida? East Carolina needs to win the AAC regular season and get some help. So how are you feeling entering this series with game one coming up at 5 o'clock?
Well, I mean, I've never been a coach in my life, but I'm going to have coach speak. But we have to worry about, I mean, we need Houston to lose, but we got to worry about what we're going to do and how we're going to produce this weekend against South Florida. A little mix-up on the schedule this week. It will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so we'll have the first pitch of game one today, and then they'll finish Saturday, and then we'll go on to Clearwater for the AAC tournament. My question is, I mean, I don't know. How much is the players thinking about it, I guess, but I think their mission, we talk to these guys a lot each and every week, and it seems like their mindset and their mission is to focus on each game, and I think that's what they're going to do. South Florida is literally like the bottom of the barrel in the conference. I think they're a struggling team, and I think those guys know how close they were to success the other night, being down several times and getting back into a lead or tying the ball game. I think they know that they need to bounce back this weekend, and I think they will. But I think they like the weather down there in Florida. I know we talked to some of the players. They said UCF was some of their best places to play, but I think Tampa's just as nice as UCF, so maybe they'll have some good vibes down there and they'll play good baseball. So just get a sweep, and like you said, hope Houston fumbles a game or two, and then let's go dominate the AAC tournament. But I feel pretty good for ECU's success against South Florida.
Something else to watch here, East Carolina overall, not a good year away from Clark LeClaire Stadium. But what have you done for me lately? Lately, they won 3 games on the road. 3 more coming up. The way it's looking right now, you might be a 2 in a regional away from Clark LeClaire Stadium. Let's keep winning on the road. Let's win 4 in a row on the road, and then maybe 5 and maybe 6, and get some confidence that you can win away from Clark LeClaire Stadium. So that is also on the line this weekend as East Carolina takes on South Florida beginning at 5 o'clock. All right, update on the YouTube crowd. Tyler apologizes to Austin. Austin says, "Hey, Tyler, up yours." Tyler has rescinded his apology.
We have, all right, guys, listen. Did you not just hear us a while ago? We want a positive show today.
Some people you just can't help. Some people you just can't change.
And that just doesn't mean us on the show. That means you guys in the comment section. Y'all comment down.
We can only control what we can control, and clearly we cannot control the comment section.
I am virtually separating you two like Dana White does for the UFC fight.
Mike says, does Austin know what beef is? I would recommend Austin have his enemies start his Jeep. Who gets that reference? Beef is when you need 2 gats to go to sleep. Beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the street. That is Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. the Notorious B.I.G., who died due to beef, apparently. Was on his way to dying due to beef being obese, but died due to a different kind of beef. Moving along, Kevin says USF is terrible. We better sweep. I watched them the other night. They are bad. All right, well, let's do it.
That's what I said.
Let's do it to it. Randolph in the house.
Boom,
afternoon, guys, and Shirley. Hit those likes. ECU will win today. I believe the Pirates will take care of business.
Let it go.
Boom, boom, Randolph.
Boom, 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 boom. Now let me say well.
Nice to see you in the chat. Austin is still...
Austin says, "I'm a nice guy. I extended a hand to Shirley, and she swatted my hand. What more can I do?"
Austin, I really want to move on from this, but did you extend a hand or did you show up wanting an apology? I think that's a little bit different.
Yeah, there was no hand extension there.
That is that's a big, big difference there. Also, he says, "I'm a nice guy." If you have to say you're a nice guy, you're probably not a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy. Yeah,
you let other people say you're a nice guy.
Every single butthole in the world.
Yeah, I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm one of the nicest guys you know. Yeah, you're not, Austin. You're not.
But look, I'm staying positive, and I'm thanking Austin for the heads up yesterday.
And I really don't care. As long as you are watching the show and interacting with the show, you can be a jerk. You can be whatever you want. We're glad to have you. All those likes and subs are the same to me. So hit the thumb, give us a subscribe, and we'd like for you to be nice. But if not, you know what? I can't control it. I can only control what I can control. And that is this program, which we'll talk to Trey Daly coming up here in a few minutes. Got Brandon Manning named that sound hour 2. And we've got Marcus Crandell and Tabari Snoop Wallace coming up in hour number 3. All right, we'll take a break. Boy, Chandler, what a choke job by you guys last night at Sports Trivia. Couple of things.
Did you not realize that until I...
No, I didn't.
Until I told you?
We had a 3-way tie going into the 3rd round.
Yeah, and I remember thinking to myself, we were bummed out that we missed that question because it was a question that we should have known. And we did know, it's just that we thought of the wrong answer, and we were like, let's go with it. Well, there was a 3-part answer in that question.
All right, are you talking about the final question?
Yes.
All right, so it is Jersey math.
Yep. And it was...
I have an equation where I have players' names. You have to just fill in the numbers.
Jimmy Butler, Max Scherzer, and Jalen Hurts.
Jimmy Butler minus Max Scherzer equals Jalen Hurts.
And what we just thought of his college number, Jalen Hurts, and went 2. We knew that Jimmy Butler was 22, and we had Max Scherzer as 20. So we got 2 wrong out of the 3, and I realized that we actually were 2 off from winning the whole thing.
Yeah,
so if we just answer all 3 of those correctly, which we should have done, if we just would have sat down and think for a second, we would have won, and we didn't. It was a absolute choke job.
Sports trivia veteran and future Hall of Famer Jake at your table has a deep voice that carries all the way across the room. I actually heard him say Jalen Hurts is number 2, and I was like, this is not going to be good for those guys. Hopefully they talk them out of it. But you stuck with it.
Yep.
Lose by 1 point. Actually, the game went into over. We had a great game last night. Went into OT.
Great.
Fun
Awesome.
game. Had 5 teams. It was a lot of fun.
And I will say this. We actually had a new team last night.
Yeah.
But if you're in the surrounding area, or if you ever come to Greenville and it's a Wednesday night, do try to come out to AJ's. It is a lot of fun. It's great questions, great food, cold beer. Come out to AJ's and enjoy sports trivia.
I heard that Ronnie Woodward and Benedict Arnold could be coming out next week to play.
Love it. I love to hear it.
So there you go.
I love to hear it.
We'll take a break. More to go. Pirate Radio Live. Trey Daly from the Dirtbags joins us when we return after these words.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room is serving up the best lunch in town with a different special every day. Come sit on the patio and enjoy wonderful weather with lunch specials for only $9. Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room is open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. Thirsty? Stop in for a cold beer with over 40 taps to choose from. Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room, next to the State Theater in downtown Greenville. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
It's time to save big and save now during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Memorial Day markdowns. Beautiful furniture for your home with Memorial Day markdowns you have to see to believe. Plus 6 months special financing. Save up to 70% off clearance items. Plus take an additional 25% off accessories. This is a must-shop event with incredible savings store-wide. Start sleeping better and save on a new mattress with up to 48 months special financing. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
This is Kim McNeil here, head women's basketball coach of the ECU women's basketball team. I'm excited to announce several camps that we've got going on this summer. Our Pirate Day camp will run from June the 12th through June 15th from ages K through 4th, which will go from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., and 5th through 9th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out and have the opportunity to spend time with ECU women's basketball players and coaching staff. You can sign up at Kim McNeil Basketball Camps at ECU.com. Go Pirates!
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all all of eastern North Carolina.
Are you one of the estimated 17 million people in the U.S. suffering from dry eye disorders that are not resolved using over-the-counter or prescription eye drops? Ask ArcPoint Labs about Serum Tears, a natural dry eye solution. At ArcPoint Labs, Serum Tears are tailor-made for you from a quick blood draw, providing a sterile and natural option to help those with dry eye conditions. Contact your ophthalmologist or optometrist for a prescription or contact ArcPoint Labs to help you find one. Visit ArcPoint Labs' new location on Dixon Avenue near the intersection of Arlington Boulevard or schedule online at arcpointlabs.com.
This is Kim McNeil, head women's basketball coach at East Carolina University, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006, and they are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk some Pirate baseball coming up in hour 2 with former Pirate Brandon Manning. Also, another edition, a special edition of Name That Sound, hosted by Chandler and I. We've got Marcus Crandell and Tabari Wallace coming up in hour 3 of today's show, talking a little Pirate football. We will talk now to Trey Daly from the Dirtbags Showcase baseball team, and as he joins us here today on the show once again. Trey, good to talk to you again, man. How you doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on, Clip. I appreciate the opportunity. It's getting close to baseball season, so the regionals are right around the corner, and we're getting ready to start up.
Yes, sir. A lot going on, and in the baseball world at all levels right now, and we'll talk about that. I want to also talk about some of the Pirates that have come through that went through the Dirtbags organization as well. But we will start with something that I saw you posted earlier this week about a longtime Dirtbags coach, Axel Smith. He was hospitalized in early May, and the medical bills are piling up, and you're asking folks if they're able to help out. There's a GoFundMe page. But first of all, tell us about Coach Smith and what he's brought to the organization and what he's going through right now.
Absolutely. A very unfortunate situation for Coach Smith. I met Coach Smith back in 2005. I'm a former Pirate grad myself, and I had to do a little internship over at Kinston High School to kind of watch a baseball tournament and kind of see how everything worked. Well, Coach Smith back then was coaching a team called the Carolina Hurricanes, and he was coaching his son. And, the first thing I noticed about Coach Smith was how passionate he was about the kids, and he coached each kid differently, and the kids just gravitated toward him. And, at that time, I was coaching a little high school baseball in the area. And I went back to Peanut Langston at the time and told him about Axel Smith, who I met the previous weekend, and, how we would love to have that guy on our staff because he was so good. And long story short, baseball is a really interesting game because you get to meet people and you get to meet other people through the game of baseball. Well, Coach Smith played at Rose for Coach Vincent early in the 1990s. Coach Smith went to a regular doctor's checkup the other day, and, they admitted him to the hospital with some life-threatening illnesses. From the report I've gotten, he's getting better, but he's got a long road ahead of him. So, with the people in Greenville, a lot of people know Axel Smith, and he's just a great guy. I've spent many nights on the road with him in hotels and coached with him for the last, 18 to 19 years. Just an all-around great dude, man. And we went up there. I was fortunate enough to go up there with Coach Godwin a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, excuse me. And, he's getting better, but he still needs our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, and I saw a very generous $1,000 donation from Cliff Godwin on the GoFundMe. So there's a $25,000 goal, and man, it's awesome to see, Trey, that already $16,000 plus has been raised of that $25,000 goal. So, man, I mean, it just shows the people here in Eastern North Carolina and also the baseball community, right, Trey? Really, you play against each other sometimes, and you also rally around each other in tough times.
Absolutely. You know, there's been some coaches that reached out in the area up to me about Coach Smith. You know, the head coach, D.H. Conley, Jason Mills reached out. Coach Vincent reached out. You know, baseball is actually a really small community when you get down to it. You know, Axel works full-time for a great guy in the area that owns Cook and Associates by the name of Harry Cook. And Harry's brought him on after, you know, he coached at South Central, coached his kid. And at the end of the day, man, it's just a very small-knit community that, you know, pulls together in times of need.
Talking to Trey Daly from the Dirtbags, and I've retweeted that. We'll put the link out on Pirate Radio as well, but it's GoFundMe. Can you, for folks listening that don't have the link right in front of them, Trey, if you search Axel Smith in GoFundMe, will it pull up that way?
I think it will.
Yeah.
If you go to our Twitter page on the Dirt, it's let me pull it up real quick. It's the Dirtbags Twitter. If they go to it @_ the Dirtbags, it's pinned to the top of the profile.
Okay. And folks can find it that way as try to help out with those bills piling up, hospital bills for Axel Smith. And we'll circle back to this at the end of the conversation, Trey. But want to talk to you, too, about, first of all, for people unaware, because I remember years ago you mentioned Coach Mills and his involvement with the Evo Shield Canes. And I'd get him on to talk some Conley baseball, and he'd mention the Canes. And I found it pretty fascinating and was not really aware of the scope of this Showcase Baseball, and the Dirtbags, a huge part of that as well. So, Trey, for folks that are kind of unaware, tell us about the Dirtbag Showcase Baseball, what it is all about.
Yeah, before I start there, talking about the Canes as well, on June 12th at East Carolina, our top 24 team, which is the 17U team that has about 6 commits going to East Carolina, and the Canes top program, 17U team, will be playing each other in a doubleheader, June 12th at East Carolina. So you talk about some high-level baseball. That will be going on. I think the start time's around noon over there at East Carolina. So the people in Greenville that want to see some high-level high school baseball players moving on to play in the college level, even East Carolina, that game will be going on over there.
Yeah, it's Mike Mullis and I. I did PA. Mully did some play-by-play years ago. This was in Winston-Salem, Trey. It was Dirtbags and Canes going at it. And I remember Gavin Williams was a part of one of those teams, and Seth Cadell. There was a lot of future Pirates, a lot of future D1 and minor league MLB guys involved in that. So that's really cool.
Absolutely, that felt like yesterday. You look at that roster, and we had Austin Beck, they had Cadell, just to name a few guys. A lot of those guys are in Major League Baseball now in the minor league system. So that's going to be a high level game June 12th over at the East Carolina.
Is that available? So people, that's available to the public and everything for people to check out.
Available to available to the public. We'll hit BP on the field, and then we'll play 2 games, kind of to kick off the summer. And it's always good to face a good quality opponent because at the end of the day, that's what the kids need.
Who are you got any former Dirtbags on the current ECU roster, Trey?
Yeah, we've got, I actually counted before we got on the phone, we've got 15 over there right now. JJC, just to name a few, JJC, Justin Wilcoxon, Danny Beal, Cam Klontz, Cam Murphy, Ryan McChrystal, Landon Ginn. Those are a few off the top of my head.
Yeah, okay. So a big part of the roster, former Dirtbags. And when do you guys get really cranked up? Because with everything going on right now, you got the high school playoffs about to come to an end and other balls. So you mentioned the game in June here in Greenville. What is your summer schedule like with the Dirtbags, Trey?
Yeah, with high school baseball runs between, the first part of February and the first part of June if you're in the state championship. So we actually take a back seat during this time. Our staff gets out and watches the kids play, and, a lot of our kids are from North Carolina, but we do have some kids in the northern part of the United States. So we watch North Carolina kids play, and we kind of crank up the first part of June. Now, the guys at Rose, hopefully they win a state championship and keep winning. Like we've got a couple of those guys, Owen Simmons, Matt Aldridge. We've got those guys, and they're actually hopefully going to be playing in the first part of June. So we won't have them until the second weekend in June, which is fine. I love high school baseball because you can really get out and evaluate what you have in your program.
How do you balance, Trey, the getting them out there and playing the game, getting better, and also showcasing their talents, obviously, to scouts and things like that, and also not burning them out? Because there is a balance with that, with the baseball that goes on year-round. So what's that balance like for you, and how much do you talk to maybe their high school coaches, and obviously parents are involved as well? It's a lot more than just going out and playing baseball, right?
Oh, it's a lot more. I mean, at the end of the day, college coaches want good baseball players, period. There's some guys that can really line up in a showcase where you run the 60, where you throw from the outfield, you take in and out, you hit BP. They can showcase very well there, but when the lights cut on, you've got some guys that can actually do it and some guys that can't. So, the game is still the ultimate thing that college coaches look at. Obviously with all these metrics and miles per hour and all of that, college coaches still look at that stuff, but they still want to see what happens when the lights cut on. It's a big, when you talk about showcase baseball on top of high school baseball and on top of these young kids and the parents, it's a lot to, balance. But at the end of the day, for kids that want to get to the next level, whether that be college baseball or professional baseball, they've got to go out and play against the best players in the country.
Trey Daly, Dirtbags Baseball, joining us here today on Pirate Radio Live. Trey, I know you keep an eye on the Pirates. How about that game the other night? There was a buddy of mine who went to state. Doesn't, care for or dislike East Carolina, really. His godson pitched for Campbell, so he did have a bit of a rooting interest. But he's kind of an unbiased spectator. He went to the game and said that is the best baseball game, the most entertaining game I've ever seen live in my life. And I think a lot of people came away feeling that way. 14-13. Unfortunately, didn't go the Pirates' way. But, man, that was a wild one the other night.
It sure was. It's funny, but my son had a birthday party for one of his friends over at the Durham Bulls game, and I told him, I said, we've got to get back so I can watch the end of this game. And I got back, and, the game was still going on. It was a great game. At the end of the day, with us working in the profession of baseball, we're really close with all of these college coaches. So I'm really good friends with Tyler Robinson over at Campbell, and they do a great job at Campbell. Across the landscape of college baseball in North Carolina, it's really good. I don't think people really understand how good you've got to be and how good these college coaches are.
On that note, Trey, how close are you connected to Wake Forest, and how about what's going on there? They were good last year. I think I looked back a couple years ago, though, and had a losing record either 2 or 3 years ago. So I don't know if this is a flash in the pan type of thing, but man, what a year they're having. Number one, I saw East Carolina aligned with them in one of the projections. What's going on with Wake Forest baseball? How are they so good, Trey?
Yeah, so that's the credit to that staff. I'm good friends with those guys as well over there. Tom Walters does a great job. I've got some 2026 guys, which are rising sophomores now, that are actually committed to Wake Forest. Just to name a few: Logan D'Amico, Will Holden. I've got some guys over there that they've got to keep getting better. But when these guys make a commitment to these college programs, they're actually making a commitment for 2, 3, 4 years down the line. So, you're making a commitment to a program that could flip within a year or two just because of the transfer portal and the recruiting. But, hats goes off to their pitching coach, Corey Mascara, over there. He does a great job with that staff. And, I saw Rhett Louder in high school ball. Seth Keener played for us. Those guys are just doing an unbelievable job right now. Hopefully they can keep it rolling.
And Trey, you mentioned J.H. Rose earlier advancing in the playoffs. You had sent me a message about Walker Jenkins and if I was available to get over there. And, man, that everything's going on right now, but that Tuesday in particular, you had so much stuff. You yourself said you were at a Durham Bulls game. We had ECU Campbell. Then you had Rose. You just had everything kind of going on at once there. But that Walker Jenkins kid, tell us about him. Is he as good as advertised? They got a bright future ahead, it sounds like.
Oh, man, he is really good. I mean, so he played for us, obviously, when he was younger. I went down to South Brunswick last year. I see him on the circuit out on the big tournaments, and kind of I watch from afar. I go to South Brunswick last year. I believe they were playing Ashley High School. And you just watch Walker take in and out. He's throwing the ball from center field. He's their center fielder. I mean, everything he does is with ease. And, he's probably 6'3", 215, and you look out there and you're like, this guy belongs on college or professional field. He's one of the most gifted players I've seen since doing this.
Talking to Trey Daly joining us, and Trey, how many teams do the Dirtbags have? And also want to ask you about the schedule and the ballparks, the locations you'll be able to travel to. I know you guys play in some big time parks. Cool to see you'll be here with the team at Clark LeClaire Stadium. But how many teams are there, and what are some of the locations you're looking forward to seeing with your teams this season?
Yeah, so in the high school rim, that goes from rising seniors to rising freshmen. We have around 13 teams in that age group. Then we've got a middle school age group that's got about 6 teams, and then we've got the youth program. So, all together we're floating in between, 20 to 35 teams in our whole program. The gradual goal for all of this is the kids to continue to move up through our ranks. Kids get better, kids get stronger, they develop at different times. It's all about the kid and the individual. We want to put the kid in front of the right people at the right time. Now, everybody in our program is not a Division I, not a pro guy. There's different levels that kids go to play college baseball. I mean, North Greenville just won the World Series a couple years ago, and we've got guys that go down there. But the parity of college baseball across the region is really, really good.
Trey Daly joining us, talking baseball and talking real life, as we said earlier in the show, Trey, that you're trying to help out a friend and a great coach in Axel Smith, and we'll circle back to that as we wrap up this chat today. For folks, if you're available to help, you can help out on the GoFundMe, and you can go to the Dirtbags Twitter page, and there's a direct link there, and I've retweeted on my account. We'll put it out on Pirate Radio, but you're trying to raise money to help him out with his hospital bills, and right now you are north of $16,000, so that's awesome. Getting closer to that $25,000 goal. So if people can help out, they are encouraged to do so, as you're trying to help out a great guy, right?
Awesome guy. I mean, I was going through the names that are on the Pirate roster now, and he had a lot of influence on those guys as well. One thing about Axel, he always says to never settle, and from the time I saw him in the hospital, he's continued to make strides and get better each and every day. But he's a guy that's had so many influences and touched so many lives in the Greenville area, not just with the Dirtbags, but with Rose High School, Carolina Hurricanes. A lot of people know that guy. And, that guy just is, he's the kid. He's the guy you want your sons to play for.
Trey, great stuff, and we hope the best for Coach Smith, and keep up the great work on and off the field. We appreciate you joining us today. Fun to catch up, and Trey, maybe we'll get you back on as we get closer to that Dirtbags Canes meeting at Clark LeClaire. I'd like to talk more about that and maybe highlight some of the guys we'll see. So maybe we'll catch up with you here in a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got with the 2023 class coming in, they won't be there. They'll be in summer school this year. But you've got some Pirates going over there this year that can really make a difference in the next year's roster. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
You've got Bristol Carter, who's an electric athlete from Northwest Guilford. He's still playing in the playoffs. You've got a kid named Jackson DiLorenzo, who's a closer from New York. He's going to be 90-94 for the Pirates next year. And then you've got Connor Norby's little brother coming over there. So things are in store for the Pirates, and we can break that down at a later time, but there's a lot of good things going on with Greenville.
Yeah, let's do that at our next chat, Trey. Good stuff. Thanks for joining us today, man, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks so much for the opportunity, Clip.
All right, there is Trey Daly, Dirtbags Baseball, joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live, talking future Pirates there, and we'll highlight that more in our next chat with Trey Daly. But today the focus really on Coach Axel Smith and the fundraiser they have going on right now at GoFundMe. If you're able to, please donate what you can. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back and get ready to wrap up hour number 1. Big hour 2 on tap with our buddy Brandon Manning, former Pirate. We'll have our Farm Bureau ECU report. And we got Name That Sound. That and more coming up, Pirate Radio Live. We'll update you on what's going on at the PGA Championship. Interesting name at the top of the leaderboard. And I'll tease it and tell you who it is after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, how can you help people with service in 2023?
We continue to offer free pickup and drop off for the customers, and our customers' time is valuable. So we've added 3 additional Express Lube technicians to reduce wait time. That's our number 1 goal for 2023. And please don't forget, we service all makes and models. We're voted number 1 in Greenville by the customer. Come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Some things just go together. That's why Bojangles and Appalachian Mountain Brewery have partnered to brew the tasty beverage we didn't know we've been waiting for. Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea. Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea is perfect for entertaining, enjoying on vacation, tailgating, and any occasion when you want to bring the fun. It's always been Bo time, and now it's brew time. Pick up Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea today at your favorite local retailer. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing, supporting the Pirate Nation since 1989.
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
It's Bo time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles juicy golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's Bo time.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Happy 100th anniversary to Minji's Bottling Group. Congratulations on 100 years of refreshing Eastern North Carolina.
This is Dr. Chris Barsani from Orthopedic Season Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injuries or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedic Seats provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Pirate Radio. Blah, blah, blah. This. Blah, 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 blah. Is. Blah. Pirate. Blah, blah. Radio.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. East Plumbing, Viva Electric, and Roland Black Heating and Cooling have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. For plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services, go to callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday, hour number 1. I have a very bad habit of teasing something before break and never getting to it. And I don't do it on purpose, but it just tends to happen. But I will not let that happen this time. Going into break, I mentioned we'll give you an update on the Buccaneer Music Hall leaderboard presented by Da Buck. And I'm going to do just that right now. I mentioned there was a name at the top of the leaderboard that was surprising to see, a name I haven't seen at the top of a leaderboard in a long, long time, and that name is Bryson DeChambeau. When is the last time, of course he's with Liv now, but when is the last time he won anything of significance on the PGA Tour?
He might have won like a tournament somewhere, but when it comes to like a major, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been. He last won a major in 2020, the U.S. Open, and just is known more for maybe what goes wrong during a round than what goes right. But right now, he is 4 under and tied at the lead with Keegan Bradley. There are 2 at 3 under, HV3 even par here on this Thursday, day 1 of the PGA Championship.
Yeah, and excited about another major. Enjoyed watching the Masters a few weeks ago, or I should say about a month ago now. But yeah, and hopefully we can see Harold make some noise in this tournament as well. But seeing Bryson DeChambeau on the leaderboard, like you said, very weird to see. I see him more on YouTube now because he's like a social media guy. He's big into TikTok. He's big into making YouTube videos and vlogs and stuff like that. And so. But yeah, so looking forward to see how this shapes up in the PGA Championship.
Man, that was a rough end to your sentence there, Chandler.
Sorry.
No problem. Don't apologize for it. You be you, buddy. You and Wes are big YouTube guys. And you know what? I'm going to put myself in that category. I'm a big YouTube guy.
Big YouTube guy. You can find a lot of stuff on there.
I like watching The Dozen every week, which is Barstool's trivia show. There's a lot of sports trivia in it. I enjoy that. True crime, recently found something called That Chapter, which has been around for a while, but it's this Irish dude that just tells the entire case of a true crime story, and I'm addicted to those now. So you're right, something for everybody on YouTube. I love Pirate Radio TV, one of my favorite channels to go to.
Subscribe to it now.
They have this show every day, Pirate Radio Live. Don't love the host.
I don't like the producers.
Yeah.
Either one of them.
But
I love the host. He's funny. But like the producers, God, I can't stand them.
Yeah, they had this.
I believe
it's two country.
Burley and Dandler.
Yeah,
Dandelion or
something. And he tries to be funny too, and so, it's a lot of just people trying to be funny.
Right. I mean,
it's really just a few country bumpkins.
I mean, they're literally like the Three Stooges.
Yeah, pretty much. Might as well bang their heads against each other. But they have good guests, good topics, and
I will give them this: they have good chemistry.
Yeah. That
doesn't mean I like them. I still hate them.
Hate them.
But I gotta tip my hat to their chemistry.
Oh my God! Jamie's a YouTube guy. He said I'm a huge YouTube guy, hence why I'm here.
Hey-o.
He said some positivity for today. I watched Chandler's long snapping YouTube video.
Yes, sir, Jamie.
Looking tough. You want to talk about a guy who needs to reevaluate his life? If you're watching Chandler Honeycutt long snapping YouTubes on videos, Jamie, something's gone horribly wrong. You've got to just sit down and maybe take stock in what's happening in your life right now. That is rock bottom.
I wouldn't necessarily say rock bottom, but I am a former long snapper.
Oh, yes, you are. And people can witness that on... You're a YouTube star, Chandler.
Yes, I am.
So
I'm a former long snapper.
Yes, you are. Can you just type in Chandler Honeycutt? How would I find this video?
Chandler Honeycutt long snap. Look
Here, I'm a former long snapper.
Chandler Honeycutt Rubio long snapping.
Great question, Tyler. He wants to know how many views are up on that bad boy, and I'm going to find
Around
out
300
right now. Chandler Honeycutt long snapper. All right, let's see. I love your you got a great head of hair. So we've got one by Rubio long snapping. Chandler Honeycutt, folks, people don't know this.
My dad made that.
You have your own YouTube page from when you were like 8 years old.
My dad actually made those videos for me.
But the long snapping one on Rubio long snapping has 315 views. Folks, I would love to get
all
that number up.
All those coaches saying, we don't want this kid.
I don't care if you watch it, but I want you to click on it. I want to get those numbers up. Let's get the Chandler Honeycutt long snapping videos up.
I'm going to check around this same time tomorrow. Where'd you say it was at? 315?
I'm going to say it's going to be at least at, will it be over or under 319 and a half?
I want to go over. I think we can get 5 people.
Can we get to 320, folks? That would be a good round number to get to. Also, Chandler, on the page that you have actual snaps from games.
Game footage, game film.
So you can watch Chandler out there amongst the scouts and, oh my goodness, just snapping into nets and throwing it in boxes, looking so good. Or you can watch them in actual game film. So you can check out and do your scouting on the former long snapper, Chandler Honeycutt.
Those camps were held at Huff High School in Cornelius, North Carolina, near Charlotte. Just a fun fact.
I'm pretty sure I've already watched this. I just clicked on it trying to add a view, but I don't think it's going to work for me. So it's at 315. If we could get that video to 320 by tomorrow, I'd be happy. And maybe we just add 3 or 4 a day and try to get this thing to maybe go viral and people be talking about it on TikTok and Twitter and raving about this long snapper, this overlooked guy. But you have graduated, correct? So,
yeah, I've graduated. I can always go back to school.
Is that how it works? You do like a J.R. Smith type thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I never used, eligibility.
Yeah. I mean, we had a 30-year-old punter. Why can't we have a 30-year-old long snapper on the team?
Stetson Bennett's older than I am. He's 25 years old. He just got done playing college football.
And he's a champion.
And he is a 2-time national champion.
That could be you.
And a Heisman runner-up.
That could be you, Chandler. Eric says, wow, Chan Man putting some torque on that thing. Need to classify those snaps as a deadly weapon. So people better learn, man. When we're talking football in here, not just a couple of, fat guys eating Cheetos. We got a former player here, a guy that's been through the wars, that's been through the struggles. Just like Brandon Manning, who... he had a real ECU baseball uniform when he played here at East Carolina. We got players, folks. We're not just talking out of our rears here. So
Steve Hill has posted the link on Twitter, and he tagged Mr. Beast. Could you imagine if Mr. Beast asked me to be in a video?
Chandler Honeycutt, long snapper.
You mind if you could snap this ball 50 yards and my buddy catch it? I'll give you $100,000.
All right, so thank you for doing your part, Steve, as we try to get the views up for that Chandler Honeycutt long snapper video. All right, when we return, we're talking Pirate baseball. We'll recap a little bit from Tuesday night. We'll look ahead. We'll look at RPIs. We'll look at projections. We'll look at games to watch this weekend. We'll do it all when we return to Pirate Radio Live. It's our Farm Bureau ECU report with the man, Brandon Manning. That's on the way after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events, and we'll see you at the Buck.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of PIP Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. PIP, where business goes to grow.
In studio today with Frank Lee with Appliances Superstore. Frank, why should people go see you?
We make buying appliances easy, just that simple. We have the largest selection of in-stock appliances in Eastern North Carolina, which helps our customers save money every day. We offer a 12-month warranty on our appliances, plus we deliver and set up your new appliances and remove your old ones. Come visit us at the Appliances Superstore off 264 behind the new DMV or shop us online at appliancessuperstore.com. Remember, we make buying appliances easy at the Appliances Superstore.
The Birdland Summer Music Series presented by Miller Lite is back at Camden Yards on Saturday, May 27th with multi-platinum artist Andy Grammer. After the Orioles take on the Texas Rangers at 4:05, stay post-game to watch Andy Grammer live from the infield. The concert is open to all fans who attend the game with the option to add special on-field access for just $30. Enjoy hits like Honey, I'm Good, Don't Give Up on Me, and Fresh Eyes. Get your tickets at Orioles.com/music.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with RentAFishTank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. RentAFishTank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. RentAFishTank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at RentAFishTank.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Beauty Bar Metaspa. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Visit beautybarmetaspa.com to set up a free consultation. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Be sure to visit one of ECU graduate Brandon Tate's U.S. Cellular locations and experience the highest standard of customer service. The purpose of the Atlantic Wireless store experience is to inform, illuminate, and inspire. Find the location near you at AtlanticWireless.com. Atlantic Wireless, we go beyond the call. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, Brandon Manning joining us, and we hit it. I made it even faster. Turn it up, Shirley.
Yes, you can. Why don't you just make it shorter?
I ain't as good as I once was.
Start rather.
That's just cold hard truth. I still throw a few back, talk a little smack, but I'm feeling bulletproof. So don't double talk to me now, cause I'd have to call your bluff. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
Brandon Manning joining us here, complaining as always. Hello, Brandon.
I'm complaining about something. I mean, just like that needs to be complained about.
Fair enough. Robert Matthews says, I just liked and subscribed to the Chandler Rubio Long Snapping channel. Way to spread those cheeks, Chandler. Robert. Robert.
Oh.
Tight spin.
It's two little butt cheeks.
It's two little butt cheeks indeed. Oh, dear. All right.
It's a good spiral you have there on your...
Patrick says, what happened to Troy D? Oh, Patrick, you didn't hear?
He was replaced by me. Come in for just a little bit, 1 day a week. That's it.
He's on a mission trip. We should give a different reason every day as to why Troy. I'm not going to say that, Chandler. You say it. You want to say that? He's still owner of Pirate Radio. He's still around. He was at the game on Tuesday.
He showed up.
Which we will talk about on the Farm Bureau ECU baseball recap.
Somebody, I think it was Alan Thomas, said that Troy had, if he was going to unbutton his shirt that much, he needed to wear a gold chain and get chest hair. And I almost died laughing.
That is a good point.
I mean, it was borderline. I mean, he was showing about as much cleavage as J-Lo, and it was. I chuckled. AT was something original right there.
Brock Jones says, Brandon the Legend Manning. Let's not inflate Brandon's ego anymore, Brock, please.
Brock is the most legendary Winterville baseball coach there's ever been. He's coaching like his third generation of. There's like Levi Smith. Smith, and then there's Brock Jones in my book.
I'd put Ron Davenport at the top, but that nobody knows what we're talking about.
He only coached one generation. Coached one generation, and that was a heck of a generation. That dude, that Ron Davenport Jr. could swing a baseball bat.
Eric says, well, look who we have here. If it isn't Mr. Chatty himself, the mouth of the South, our good friend Brandon Manning.
Eric who?
He's just a fan of the show.
Well, thanks.
And you made quite an impression, Brandon. I'll tell you what, you came in here red ass today. By that I mean upset.
I was. Are we getting started on this first?
I reckon you came in here angry.
Great game the other night. Pirates. For the fans that stayed in the stands the entire time, I know you have a kid, you didn't want to stay till 10 o'clock. I totally get that. I had a kid who's not exactly been pleasant to been around the next morning. But those people who
let's be honest, if he got a good night's of sleep, would he have been pleasant to be around either?
He's a morning person.
Okay,
he's a morning person.
All right, just kidding.
He wakes up. Let's get going.
All
right. But the people that just in the fifth inning when we got down by 5, just grabbed their purses and pocketbooks and said, "Let's make sure we get our Chicos. Let's make sure." Huffed and puffed and said this team don't have it, and they just got up and
I'm just talking about women. That's it.
I know.
No. Like there was a few. There's man purses out there.
Man bags.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sure there was some White Claw drinkers that just got up and just said, they're terrible. They're done. They have no heart. No, we fight. We're freaking Pirates. Stay in there because there's nothing more deflating when you strike out or you get out to sit there and see the fans just give up on you and your team right there from the field. Because I don't care what they say. You see it. You see people just leaving. I mean, it sucked.
Well, it didn't matter because they came back. I mean, it didn't affect them.
Well, it affected some of them, I'm sure.
Okay.
I mean, but when you take the electricity we had at 5,000 and you bring it down to 3,500, it's not the same. The people in the jungle stayed. Those guys scream. I mean, it's just frustrating to see. Do it in football. We do it in all sports. Fans of every team. It's not just Pirate fans. It's just it was bad to say because we needed more the other night. We needed to be better.
Well, we needed to be a little cleaner on defense too, Brandon.
We did. And I feel bad for Riley. He was put in as a defensive substitution and had an absolute. Can I say?
Were you going to say P missile?
I was.
You can just say P missile.
Absolute P missile hit right at him. And as a center fielder, if there's one just locked in straight to you like that, head high the whole way because that ball was crushed. It is hard to read, and he did the one thing as an outfielder you can't do. First step is what, Clip? First step's always back. His first step was not, so you don't get burned. His first step was up, just rose over his head. He's, not the tallest human being. And he couldn't jump up there.
I hated playing outfield, Brandon. I was an infielder in Little League, and then Babe Ruth, like first year 13, they stuck me in right field where they put the worst player. And
best arm.
I had
best arm on a big field goes to right field.
I hated it. I was glad to be moved back to second base and third base the rest of my Babe Ruth career, but just judging fly balls. But that one is not as frustrating as the one that just plopped in between Nowak and Hoover, and that one's tough to explain away.
That takes me back to some things we've had off the air and some other people brought up. The leaders of the team outside the coaches. I mean, Cliff's obviously the leader. But if you look around and ask somebody who's the leader of the team, we don't have Agnos. We don't have, Bryson. We don't have those guys anymore, and guys are stepping up. And Hoover's done a pretty good job, I think. And I think they just go out there and expect him to make every play in the outfield.
Yeah.
Reckless abandon, go after the ball. And I think Luke just said, all right, he's got it.
Yeah.
And it happens, it just sucks that it happens to us in that situation because that was costly.
I know you're a big AMAC fan. It was what was the play to start the ninth? It was kind of a weird play. Patrick Mason said he was maybe playing in, and he fielded it kind of awkwardly or whatever.
So they had a bunt thing going on, and I think there was a runner on first.
I thought it was the first at bat.
Maybe it was the first at bat. So he was playing not back, not up, so he was sort of out of his normal position. I think he was even with the bag. High chop. So on a high chop, you either need to take a step back and take the big hop or come up and get it so you're not in an in-between hop. And it kind of caught him off guard because he was out of position. I mean, that's just one of those things.
It just looked awkward.
He was trying to get to the ball because that was one of those, if you a Hoover where you chop it and the guy's fast and beating it down. He was trying to get to the ball quick. It would have been a bang play at first. I will put money on AMAC making a play before anody else on that in the nation.
He's made web gems. He's solid.
I mean, he's one of the top third basemen in the nation. So that's just one of those things. I don't know if that run actually scored. Did it score in the night?
Yeah,
he got out of the fielder's choice. The very next batter, right?
All right, fair enough. But then that runner,
yep, you're right,
did score. We talked the other day. Mully and I ran through because we were asked about the defense and ran through the errors, and we're about at where it needs to be at the end of the year. We have seen some. A shortstop's going to make some errors throughout the year.
Middle infielders are going to make errors.
Well. Yeah.
I mean, infielders are going to make errors. Outfielders. You're going to have that one guy trying to make a play at the plate where it just goes underneath his glove every once in a while. Once in a blue moon, you may see somebody pop out of his, same thing. It's always trying to get ready for the throw to throw somebody out when they make an error. I think when outfielders truly do it. But we shouldn't be seeing our outfielders make the kind of mental errors they were making on those plays more so than physical.
We have some questions we will get to. Eric says, #justice for White Claw drinkers. Okay. Jamie says, what is the reasoning to have Root starting game one over Savage? Just curious, not saying it's good or bad, just wondering. Cliff Godwin talked about that Monday, and I believe gave his reasoning, if you want to go back and hear that. But just kind of how the schedule works out for him, I guess.
I think it's schedule, rest, who they're planning on starting. I mean, I don't, it could have went into, hey, they're going to throw a different lineup out there today. Well, I want a lefty throwing because we don't have many lefties, so we need to take advantage of it when we can throw a lefty. We finally threw one in the game the other day. I think we threw like 6 righties and 1 lefty on Sunday, the other night. It was crazy. But yeah, I wouldn't put much stock into who's pitching on the weekend. We're trying to get lined up for a regional. So
Jamie says, will the NCAA factor in the canceled Wichita State Houston game if Houston wins conference when it comes to regional seeding? I don't understand this question.
That has nothing to do with regional seeding. That has to do with just conference stuff. All in all, if you look at the projected, I think Baseball America, we were the only AAC team on there. Maybe.
Yeah, he's saying if they win the conference tournament, I don't understand the question, but I do understand this one. Who steps up next year in a leadership role with Lane Hoover gone? Was AMAC coming back? Because he's certainly a
AMAC's got another year of eligibility. JJC, Josh Moylan, AMAC. We're actually
seems like a leader.
Moylan is starting to be the clubhouse guy, the player on the field that we needed him. What we thought after his freshman season, what we're going to get in the sophomore season, and I think he's taken a couple of good leaps here forward lately.
A lot of teams, Brandon. Hey, you would know this. Where have a team led by a catcher. And could one of those guys
I've said it on the show over the years. Every great ECU team has always had a great catcher. Jake Washer. Who was it before that?
Chandler, your guy. No, catcher. Who'd you name the dog?
Oh, Corey Kent.
Corey Kent.
See, they had two good catchers that year. Corey's freshman year, they had a transfer from Campbell, played at Rose, named David Forbes. David came in here, and he was just a big old guy. But him and Corey were very great back there. And it's a different role now. There's more electronic signal calling. Catchers really aren't calling all the signs, calling a lot of plays, so it's a little bit different. But when a catcher calls time and walks out there and talks to everybody, they listen. And because they're the ones putting their body on the line just a tad bit more than everybody, so they normally most time got the team respect out of that.
This is a good Jake Smith, says Robert. So
Jake Smith was there when I was on the team, and freakish athlete, could hit.
Do you blame him for you not playing?
No, he was 10 times better than me.
No, I'm saying, but if he wasn't there.
No, I also got hurt my arm. So
there was a lot of reasons you didn't play.
No, so I transferred from Pitt, got on the team late in the process. I wasn't on in the fall. It was early in the spring thing. And Jake Smith was there, and then I was just warming up Brody Taylor one day, and my elbow just snapped. So that was just one of those. Jake was going to play. There was another catcher named Adam Hodges, but he was more of a DH, lefty DH guy. And when I got hurt, Adam Witter had to move down from first base as Jake Smith's backup.
Remember him. He looked like a grown man in college.
Adam Witter hit the farthest ball that will ever be hit in Clark LeClaire Stadium.
All right, Jamie, I guess you were asking this from ECU's perspective. I think I understand it now. He says you lose regular season title by a half game. Houston's playing one less game. Better question, does it negate the regular season to any degree? If I think I understand your question, I'll go back to, and I've been asking a lot of people this question. We talked to Aaron Fitt earlier this week. I said, does ECU need to win the regular season in the AAC to be a host? This was before the loss to Campbell, but he said yes. He said the committee is not going to look good upon a team that did not win a weak conference this year. So that half game will be important. I mean, what's important is losing the series at Houston, obviously.
Very important. I think RPI is a little bit more scientific than what it needs to be. I think if we do not win the regular season somehow, or maybe even maybe they get a rain out down there and it's another half a game and it really helps us out. You never know what's going to happen this time of year. But where are they at? Cincinnati?
They're at home against Cincinnati, I believe.
And Cincinnati's been coming home strong. They got some guys that can hit the ball, man. here recently, them and Tulane should be some people that hurt some feelings in the tournament. But for us to really do well, we need to finish strong here these last three games. Take advantage of the team we're playing this weekend, and have a good showing in the tournament. Something we need to talk about, though, the last few years we've been the 15 seed, the 16 seed, and we faced the best next, true
in the
seed
super.
In the super. Sometimes that's not good. I'd rather go be a number 2 seed in a weak regional. I saw something with Wake Forest and Davidson and things like that. I wouldn't mind playing Wake Forest.
Well, yeah, I did see that if you're going to play Wake, it's much better to play them in that format than a super format.
Exactly.
There's a chance you wouldn't even have to face them. Look at the Virginia series we won a few years ago, Brandon. You only had to play the Cavaliers once. You got the which we left off Travis Watkins' name on the catcher list.
Yeah, that was another good.
He hits the walk-off. Virginia has their heads down the next day and lose to William and Mary, so we don't even need to see them again.
Exactly. So, I mean, people, it is fun to host. It is a good time in Greenville to host. It is a big party that we always have, and it is enjoyable. But I don't know of any teams that have hosted as many times as we have in a row in the nation.
Yeah.
It is not easy. It's not perfect. There's a lot of things that you need to take into consideration when hosting. But to be the number 15 or 16, and then next time you got to go face that number 1 who's coming in a great format, that's sort of what happened to us last year. We faced a buzzsaw in Texas. They were a good team, man, hitting stride at the right time. So let's just be smart about it. It's not the end of the world if we don't host a regional. We're going to a regional. There's no doubt about that. Just everybody take it easy.
I'm definitely going to miss, if it happens, the party that is the regional.
Oh.
But I do kind of like the idea of a Pirate team with the chip on their shoulder playing on the road and trying to win there, which is why I think this weekend is important, Brandon, even if you can't do enough to win the conference or to host a regional. Pirates have won 3 straight on the road, somewhere they've struggled all year. How about they win 3 more on the road, get that confidence going, and then when they're playing away from home in a regional,
then they'll be
ready.
in Clearwater and win there.
Yeah.
Are they? Did Cliff say were they coming home after they're staying down there? That's what they normally do.
Yeah.
Man, that's a great time. The kids our kids actually get down there and get relaxed and settle down a little bit, which is very good to get away. As much as we love our baseball around here, those kids are the polarizing figure this time of year around ECU, and sometimes it's good for them kids to get away for an extended period of time and just enjoy being a kid again. But you're exactly right, Clip. I mean, we take these 3 games this weekend, good showing. The Monkeys starting to really fall way behind us off our back right there, so to speak, on the away trips, and it'll all look real good. So, but it'd be better if Cincinnati lost 1 this weekend. That would be clutch, or 2.
Yeah, if Houston, you mean?
Yeah, it's Houston.
John has a name for us. How about Tommy Eason? You ever heard of him, Brandon?
Time or two.
What's did you play for Coach Eason?
So he was the transfer when I left Pitt. He came from ECU to Pitt. We just crossed paths.
He said, "I'm not going to coach a team with Brandon Manning. He's got to get out of here." So yeah, that is interesting. Y'all, it was a trade. Mm-hmm. I'd say Pitt won that trade.
Pitt got a Hall of Famer guy and a legendary guy, and ECU got just screwed.
A great man in Brandon Manning. All right, would Brandon go to another regional site to watch them? Have you talked about that with the missus? Are y'all going to go?
I have talked about it with the missus. That Myrtle Beach trip is not bad. That's cool. A lot of places to stay, a lot of things for the family to do if we get in that one.
I mean,
Durham is, I will drive up there every day. I'm not going to tailgate because that's taking a few extra hours right there. Wake Forest, Winston-Salem, it is what it is. I might go see a few games up there. Not stay the whole weekend, though. That's kind of bad. Not a lot for us to do, and I still have baseball games and such here for my kids. So,
I should have just asked Hannah. She's on Facebook. She says yes, we will go. All right, there's the answer.
I figured I was going to be wrong. The other day, I was trying to get Cliff's opinion on the jersey. If it was up to Cliff had to make the decision. What color will they wear? Yeah. What color will they wear? They've already made the decision, Brandon. All of you. Shirley even threw me under the bus.
Relax. I do like, though, you said you're always wrong. If you'd have said, yeah, we're going to go, Hannah would have said, well, hold on, we might not.
It's fine. It's fine.
I know how it is.
Married.
I know. It's fine. It all works. All right, good stuff. So East Carolina, South Florida coming up today at 5, and also coming up Friday and Saturday.
Friday, game time change.
Today, game time change.
It said Friday, game time change, right?
Here we go. Who's right? Who's wrong?
Thought I saw it on the old.
Because you do know they're playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right?
Yes, and I thought I said the Friday game time change.
Schedule update. Oh, Friday's game is at 5. I have been saying it wrong. You know what? No need for that.
I mean,
that's my mistake. You're right. I'm glad you're here to correct
Isn't he supposed to be the person for that?
Chandler just.
Can we just blame Chandler?
Yeah. Chandler,
are you giving yourself more likes on YouTube over there?
Doing a quote tweet of you saying a great quote while ago that I've been trying to find. You finally said one, so I'm trying to put that together right now. I'll talk to y'all later on.
This is getting way too contentious.
Jeez.
Brandon, thank you for correcting me.
Anytime, man.
All right, Friday moved up to 5 o'clock. All right, anything else before we move along on ECU baseball? By the way, speaking of swapping, Campbell and ECU swapped RPIs. Campbell's 19, Pirates are 21 now, if you're interested.
Who is 14 through 19?
Dallas Baptist. Boy, Stanford took a drop. They're at 15 now. West Virginia 16, Duke 17, Campbell 18.
So the rumor that I heard about Duke, DPAC has something going on right there. So there's during that time. I have not verified that. That was just something I was told. So their hosts might not be able to happen there. So would it not be cool if we were to get a host site and not be the number 1 seed?
I think, unfortunately, for that scenario, Duke aren't they playing their way out of a host? They lost to Gardner-Webb this week.
So is South Carolina, but they're still projected a host. South Carolina's been. I think they're on a very big downhill slide, and they're still getting a host spot.
Well, I ran through it the other day, Brandon. I didn't even list teams. I was just naming conferences. So I'm going to just list the order. RPI starting at number 1. SEC, ACC, SEC, ACC. That is your top 8. And then you go Coastal, and then it goes ACC, SEC. And then there's another, it's just full of those teams, which is why when I asked Aaron Fitt
Dallas Baptist
where ECU would go, he said probably an ACC school because they can't all play each other in regionals,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But I mean, the Dallas Baptist really gets to me because who do they really play and how big is their stadium?
They win 50 games a year.
Every year.
They're 40-12 right now.
It's like Long Beach State back in the day.
Here's a trivia question. What conference is Dallas Baptist in?
WAC.
Conference USA.
That is a new addition.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
Speaking of new addition, we could be playing some songs coming up on Name That Sound. All right.
Look at her getting her catnip. Look at she's just
So the Hall of Famer Brandon Manning is taking off the purple jacket and re-entering the game. He's coming out. He's like a boxer. He retires, then comes out of retirement for big time bouts. He will take on the creator of Name That Sound, Shirley Rhodes, in a game coming up next. Chandler and I have cooked up the sounds. I'm proud of our efforts, what we did. I hope you enjoy it. As I told Shirley earlier, I'll tell you too, Brandon, this may be more of, I think y'all are going to know the sounds. It's whose brain's working faster and who can spit it out first.
Not today. Today my brain's about fried, and Shirley just woke up from a power nap, so
So we'll see how it goes.
Kind of nervous.
All right, we're back with that as we roll on hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. A lot more to go after this.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Bud Light was brewed to be delicious and easy to drink beer, even when little things in life are hard. Like when you're working late and happy hour has already started, but you're about to clock out and head over. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Are Are you one of the estimated 17 million people in the U.S. suffering from dry eye disorders that are not resolved using over-the-counter or prescription eye drops? Ask ArcPoint Labs about Serum Tears, a natural dry eye solution. At ArcPoint Labs, Serum Tears are tailor-made for you from a quick blood draw, providing a sterile and natural option to help those with dry eye conditions. Contact your ophthalmologist or optometrist for a prescription or contact ArcPoint Labs to help you find one. Visit ArcPoint Labs' new location on Dixon Avenue near the intersection of Arlington Boulevard or schedule online at arcpointlabs.com.
Big jobs on big properties demand a big side-by-side. A side-by-side like the first ever Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew. This flagship model delivers serious power and performance where you need it most. Even more, it offers best-in-class comfort for 6 occupants with back seat legroom beyond compare. As for build quality, we'll let the Honda name speak for itself. Head to Ron Ayers Motorsports and see the all-new Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew today. On approved credit, see dealer for details.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings, featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Celebrating a special grad but no time to cook? Why not let Jimmy John's cater your graduation party? Enjoy Jimmy John's famous Mini Jimmys in 12, 18, or 30-piece party packs made to order with fresh-baked bread, hand-sliced meats, and local veggies, and delivered right to you. Whether you have a few guests or a few hundred, Jimmy John's will make your graduation gathering an A-plus event. Jimmy John's, open 7 days a week in Greenville and Wilson. Order now on the Jimmy John's app or online at jimmyjohns.com.
Hey Wood Ducks fans, be sure to purchase your single game tickets online at woodducksbaseball.com. Have a big group? No problem. Book your group tickets by calling our front office at Granger Stadium. This year's schedule features the return of daily themes including Tribute Tuesday, Winning and Wind Down Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Mother Earth Friday, Pepsi Saturday, and Dogs and Dogs Day. Make sure to follow the Down East Wood Ducks on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook so you don't miss anything. We hope to see you out at Granger Stadium all season long. Let's go Woodies!
This is Carter Spivey, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Beauty Bar Metaspa. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Visit beautybarmetaspa.com to set up a free consultation. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. UBE has been an ECU tradition for over 50 years, and you can shop online anytime at pirateware.com. UBE has the biggest and best selection of ECU sportswear and accessories for pirates of all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome back. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Got Marcus Crandell, ECU Hall of Famer, joining us coming up in about 30 minutes or so. Also, Tabari Snoop Wallace. So we'll talk some old Pirate football memories coming up right here on Pirate Radio Live. Right now, we are going to play a very special edition of Name That Sound. We have the game's creator versus a Hall of Famer. Who am I hearing in my headphones? Is that
I had turned on, like,
Goodness
typically you have it up there, and I was like, all right, I'll see what my wife's telling me I'm doing wrong again on the screen. So, but I couldn't get it quiet. Had the volume all the way down. I turned it off.
Old man problems. All right, so Shirley, I'm going to kick it right back to you, I guess, after we play this lovely intro here. Here we go.
Right.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Sit right down.
Take a guess and name that sound. Turn that frown upside down, because it's time.
Pirate logo on the shirt.
But name that sound. Now, here's the host of Name That Sound, Miss Shirley Rhodes.
Welcome in to another edition of Name That Sound. And if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook Live right now, I'm in the wrong seat, because today I'm going to be a contestant and I'm going to be going head to head with the Hall of Famer of Name That Sound, Mr. Brandon Manning.
Thanks, everybody.
We will be inducting him at a later date. We already know he's going to make it. Brandon, who are you going to have introduce you to your Hall of Fame speech at your induction?
I mean, don't you supposed to pick the team?
You need someone to help you.
The first one I did, I was trying to think who was your athletic coach that was here. Kim McNeil was here.
Coach McNeil. You want her to introduce you?
Yeah.
Coach McNeil to do it. That would be kind of cool.
Brandon has come a long way. I remember when he first got started with this. We picked him last. They picked him last. And now he's a champion. All right. I like that. Good idea. All right. So Chandler and I have come up with the questions. By the way, shout out to my good buddy Chandler Honeycutt. He's got a scoreboard up. Looks awesome.
Oh, wow.
Looks really good. So he went above and beyond today. We got the sounds here ready to go. And let me make sure I'm going to keep a manual score here. Shirley, how are you feeling?
I'm a tad bit nervous, and the reason why is because I know that Brandon is really quick on the draw.
He is.
And I am not that quick. Sometimes I can recognize it in my brain, but I can't get it out. I can't say it fast enough.
I'm not good with 90s R&Bs, and that's Shirley's strong, so it depends on how much New Edition and Boys to Men bass sounds you went with.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all ready for sound one?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, here we go. Here is sound number 1. Chandler, I need you to help me out. Sorry. If there's a tie, please keep your ear out on who answers first.
That was Clip making a fool again.
All right. I'm sorry. Here we go. Sound number 1.
Tied.
Nope.
Oh, I've heard that 1,000 times.
Oh, this is so fun. I like not playing.
It's like a commercial on TV.
It is a commercial. Febreze?
Boom.
I said tied. Febreze. Good one. That was good one. That was good.
Oh, my goodness. I was like, I know I've heard that sound 1,000 times.
No. That was good.
Yeah, good one.
Sound number 2. Here we go. Shirley with an early 1-0 lead.
Rooney, I don't have all day to bark at you, so I'm going to make this short and simple.
Brandon gets it by the hair of his chinny chin chin. George Peterson.
I need to let my daughter out of class right now.
All right, well done.
They're very close.
Both of y'all were on that. Brandon a little quicker.
I told you this is where he can get me, is when you have to be quick on the draw.
And I think a lot of these are going to be very recognizable. It's going to come down to who can get it first. All right, but here we go with sound number 3.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
Jeff Connors.
Negative.
No.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
Shane Carden?
Nah. You're in the right sport, but the wrong area. Wrong
team?
Not pirate related.
Oh, it's not pirate related. Who's got it better than... Oh,
Mike
Drew
Ditka.
Brees?
Mike Ditka, Drew Brees, both wrong.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
Tom Brady.
Nope.
Jesus Christ. Not him either.
No, it's not Big JC.
Is it a coach? Oh, wait, yeah, we're not... Okay. But there's a...
What number are we on?
Pete Carroll.
Nah.
Who's got it better than us?
Nobody! All right, so...
New Orleans Saints coach Sean Payton.
3.
Nah.
Okay.
He's with Denver now.
2.
That's right.
The answer is...
John Fox.
Jim Harbaugh.
With the 49ers.
With the 49ers. He used to do the Who's Got It Better Than Us.
See, I wouldn't have gotten that one.
All right.
No question.
1-1 as we head to the fourth question. What are y'all snorting at?
No, Mully's sending me text messages during the thing. I'm not looking.
Mully's trying to cheat.
No, we're good. We're good.
First of all, Mully, I thought we were friends. Why are you sending him texts?
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Going to need the name of this song.
God, I almost said pour some sugar on me.
Mm-mm. Loving an elevator?
That was it. God,
Well
that was
done,
it.
Shirley.
I couldn't.
I was like, it's Aerosmith.
I was singing it in my head, but I was like,
that's Aerosmith. I was like, but which song is it?
she's been to 8 concerts.
My first thought was,
Steven Tyler.
dude. I was like, dude looks like no, that's not right.
I was close enough to see his lips.
You know how bands...
I have been to an Aerosmith concert.
I know.
They're going on their farewell tour, by the way.
I'd love to see it again. Oh,
Bands-
let's see. Hold on, I just got a text. Let me see if it's Mully. Nope, not Mully.
Even if songs are different from bands, they all have a similar feel. Like Aerosmith songs have a similar sound. All right, last one in round number 1. Here we go.
You walked in very
Simon Cowell.
sulky,
Yep.
quite rude,
Bingo.
very aggressive.
Bingo,
American
bingo.
Idol, yeah.
And you've
Simon
got
Cowell.
very, very bad energy.
Yeah, I recognized the voice. I just couldn't get it. I
We
couldn't
are
say it
knotted
fast.
up at 2 apiece.
Dang.
2
What a game.
apiece.
What a game.
Bang.
We'll do a few more here before we got to take one more break this hour. But great game. I want to say way to go to Chandler and I for coming up with great sounds.
These are good.
Yeah,
These are good. These are good.
And I want to say you guys are doing
And
great.
well-rounded.
Yes. Like me, like my belly. All right. Here we go. Sound number 6.
Ping pong, golf ball and a cup.
Yeah. Got it.
Brandon just firing off answers, and he nailed it.
Much like that person in that shot, right? We were watching golf. It literally was almost a golf ball, like on TV. Almost went in with the sound. That would have been
earlier today. We were watching it. A golfer made a putt, and Chandler looked at like Shirley was here doing work, and we were like both mouthing the words like, "Shirley, look over here. The putt's going in.
You might want to study up."
Yeah, but you had no clue we were doing that.
No, I was
obviously.
busy doing other things.
All right, here we go. Sound number 7. Brandon with the 3-2 lead. Great game here.
Let them stare all they want. You are my date, and I am proud of it. You're
Lisa
just
Lark
jealous.
Voorhees.
Wow, what a pull. Lisa Turtle.
I went all the way. I said
is
Lisa
correct.
Lark Voorhees, Saved by the Bell.
I cannot believe you got that so quickly.
Shirley,
Shirley
that
is
right up
mad.
that's right up your alley right there.
Shirley is
Shirley.
mad.
I mean, I could have said Lisa Turtle, but I just went Lisa Lark
looking
Voorhees,
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell. I covered the whole basis there.
I was looking for Lisa Turtle. Shirley, any thoughts? I've never seen you this angry.
Yes, you have.
Is that when Screech went to the dance with her?
No, it was, I believe his name was Darren.
Damn, maybe, yeah.
Yep, I think it was Darren.
I like her dancing with the crutches the best.
Oh, the crutch.
Yeah.
The sprain.
The sprain dance.
Let's all do the sprain.
Yeah. This is the most angry I've been where I've been virtually silent.
Yeah, I appreciate
Usually-
That's the scary part is that you're not saying anything.
Usually when I'm angry, I'm angry.
Lisa Turtle is correct, and now Brandon takes a commanding 4-2 lead. All right, we
Still
go
plenty of game left.
with question or sound number 8.
To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese.
Wendy's commercial.
Coca-Cola commercial.
No.
Special sauce.
To all beef
McDonald's.
Yes. I said Wendy's. Man, Shirley got a T. I said special sauce. I was like, Wendy's. Yeah, I put it on a T for Shirley just then.
Wendy's.
Gosh darn it.
That ain't no.
Appreciate that,
What's
Brandon.
the sandwich they're advertising?
That's a Big Mac.
Yes.
Two all beef patties.
Special sauce, special
sauce,
cheese,
special
lettuce, onions,
cheese.
on
Yep,
a
and
sesame seed
deep bun. Yep.
Dave Thomas didn't
none
do
of
that,
us
Brandon.
just said the right ingredients. I mean, we just all said random things. Those onions on there.
Oh, man. All right. You want to break here, Shirley? we've got.
Are we midway?
We got 2 left in this round and 5, so we got 7 questions, 7 sounds.
Yeah,
left.
go ahead and take a break.
I want to go and get a break.
Yeah, get a break in.
All right, so we will come back. We got a good one, 4-3. Brandon in the lead. Great game going on. It is Name That Sound, special edition with the creator versus the Hall of Famer. And we will be back with the conclusion of our game when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is your one-stop service shop. It doesn't matter the make or model. If you live in or near Beaufort County, you need to check out the super nice service facility at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They're open 6 days a week and offer Saturday service from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram also takes walk-ins all day, and they specialize in off-road packaging. Washington Off-Road specializes in budget-friendly adventure packages for Jeep, Ram, and all other makes. And if you're in the market for a used car or truck, General Manager Kyle Gaines and his great staff have been stocking up their used car inventory, and they can now offer vehicles from $59.99 and up. New Rams, Jeeps, Chrysler, and Dodge cars, and a terrific used car inventory of all makes and models. The place to go is Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 264 in Washington. Drive a little, save a lot.
At US Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. US Cellular, built for us. Visit your US Cellular authorized agent, Atlantic Wireless, with locations in Snow Hill, Bellhaven, and Greenville.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
Hey, John, I see your new system's having issues already.
Yeah, I used the other guy with an AC brand I've never heard of.
You should have used Delcor, John. They install Train. It's hard to stop a train.
I know, but the other guy was cheaper.
Cheaper isn't better, John.
I know.
Don't use the other guy. Call Delcor. For a limited time, buy a new train system and pay 0% interest for 12 months. Visit Delcor.com for more details. Delcor, the service professionals.
Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location, has daily lunch specials from 11 to 5, including their famous $1 wing special, Monday through Wednesday, all day long. Coco's has entertainment every Tuesday with country western night and karaoke on Thursday starting at 8. Take advantage of their weekly fresh fruit margarita specials and be sure to try the best Philly ribeye steak rolls in town while you're at it. Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, Greenville's Diamond in the Rough. Check them out on Facebook for more information. Go Pirates!
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Bone. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Wally's 2 Kettle Corn in Winterville is where you can find the tastiest popcorn around. Make it a movie night at home with Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. They have over 50 flavors to choose from, including classics like cheddar, caramel, and my favorite, better butter. Or try their specialty flavors such as Chicago Style, Wintergreen Mix, and MJ's Cheesecake. Wally's 2 also caters, so if you're hosting a party or event, satisfy your company with delicious popcorn. Check them out on Facebook or stop by and see Wally today on Fire Tower Road across from Sam Jones Barbecue. Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. Make it a poppin' day.
Pirate Radio.
And I can promise you, there will be no quarter, ever, from ECU football. Go Pirates.
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
Welcome back. 5th Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room is your favorite place in downtown Greenville for lunch, dinner, or drinks with friends. 5th Street serves lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Saturdays and Sundays. Follow 5th Street on Instagram for the latest events and specials. 5th Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room, right beside the State Theater in Greenville. Now you can take it away, Clip.
Cool, neat story.
Back with you. Man, I forgot how much power you have with all these buttons in front of you. It's weird to be back in this room. Hit Marcus's mic on, too.
Okay, hold on. He is going to be number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sitting over there right now.
Yeah.
Could you please verify exactly how many computers, computer monitors, keyboards, and mice?
It's like NASA back here.
Yeah. How many of those do I have to deal with at one time?
Tree.
She's like an extra on Hidden
3
Figures.
plus the board.
We do need to call a pest control company. There is a bunch of mice.
We have a mice problem here.
Yeah.
Mice is everywhere.
So for those that think that I fall asleep on the job and I don't know what I'm doing, Austin, I just wanted Clip to clarify that so that people know what I deal with every day.
You need to focus on this game right now and not the outside noise.
Ignore the noise.
Ignore the noise.
Ignore the. Well, I'm not Cliff Godwin.
Marcus Crandell is here. We'll talk to Marcus coming up in the third hour of today's show. Good to see you, Marcus.
Good to see you guys, too.
And looking forward to chatting with Tabari Snoop Wallace coming up. That'll be fun.
Absolutely.
But right now, Marcus, you are witnessing a legendary game here between Hall of Famer Brandon Manning and the show's creator, Shirley Rhodes. So, Marcus, you can play along, but no naming it if you know it before they do, please.
All right.
All right. So right now, Brandon has a 4-3 lead. Are y'all ready to go with sound number 9?
Hold on, Clip. I got to get my hand in the right spot.
No.
Oh,
move it over there.
He's doing the intimidation hand. Don't let him do that. All right.
That's why I keep my eyes closed.
Sound number 9. Here we go.
For quality and value, people count on us. For over 70 years, we've been the leader.
Stanley Steamer.
Yeah! We have a top ball game.
Stanley Steamer.
Stanley Steamer.
That's all they put in the commercials nowadays.
Yeah. We had the whole song. The whole shebang.
That was good.
All right. We are tied. 4-4 is the score.
Classic.
It is, Marcus. It is an
going down. It's like Campbell ECU in here.
All right. Sound number 10 to break the tie.
That's a nice muscly throwing arm you got
The
there.
old man from South Park.
South
Park. Family Guy. Old man.
Family Guy.
Ow!
Hey, Chris. Somebody got the sound right.
What
you want some popcorn?
What's that? What was that character's name?
Herbert the Pervert.
Herbert the Pervert.
Yes.
I was thinking about Mr. Hank.
That's a nice muscly throwing arm you got there.
You were going Mr. Hanky.
I was going with Mr. Hanky. I was going in the wrong direction.
Brandon takes a 5-4 lead.
How about you, Chris? I like them newspapers, boy.
As we head into round 3.
Marcus, are you a family guy?
No, not very much.
He's a family man, but not a family guy.
I like some of it.
I watch it every now and then.
Every now, because it's on all day long on TBS.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
A more immature Clip Rock was into that kind of humor. All right.
You want some ice cream, Shirley?
All right, Brandon, focus up.
All right.
Move on. All right, sound number 11. 5-4. Brandon leads.
For the win!
Russia. No.
Russia?
I was thinking, do you believe American?
For the win!
Marv Albert.
Marv Albert is correct. Yes.
You know what? I had that. I was thinking you were wanting the game. I swear to you.
I yelled out.
I know.
I yelled out Russia because I was thinking it was the Miracle on Ice.
For the win!
But then I realized it doesn't say, do you believe in miracles? So therefore not the correct answer.
That was the Tracy McGrady when he scored 13 points in like 30 seconds. Look that up on YouTube.
That was an athletic dude.
Marv Albert.
Vince Carter cousins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marv Albert, the answer I was looking for. 5-5.
You did Herbert the Perv and Marv Albert right beside each other. Was that by default?
He does
Good point,
like
Brandon.
the lingerie.
Good. He bit a woman. All right, moving along.
He likes her. He's a nibbler.
Are y'all ready?
Y'all behaving there.
Children, come on. I'm Marcus. I apologize. You got to see this, be a part of this. All right, number 12. Here we go to break the tie.
Bowling pins. Get over here. Mortal Kombat.
Need the character's name.
Biden.
Joe Biden? No,
Joe Biden is incorrect.
All right, I'll give you Mortal Kombat.
Scorpion.
It is Scorpion.
I can't give you. Oh, we're gonna give it to you.
No, you got it, Brandon.
Okay,
calm down.
Scorpion. Biden. But it wasn't a game made by Baden.
Dude,
that's a great question.
That's a great question.
No, I thought it was the Tekken.
No,
that was Street Fighter.
Oh, Street Fighter.
No, that was Tekken. Tekken was also
Tekken
a game.
Tekken was
a game
also
of its own.
Yeah, you're right.
You got the point, Brandon. Stop arguing it.
Hadn't been a take 10.
This game is under protest.
Oh, hey.
I had to say it.
Pull it out of my bag. Way to go, Shirley.
I had to say it because Clip says it every week.
That is disputable. I would be complaining about that, even though Brandon got it.
Brandon.
What do we got? 6-5?
We got 6-5. What a game. We got 3 sounds left. Here we go.
You see the morning in a whole new light.
Columbia House.
Folgers.
Columbia House. What am I doing? I don't drink coffee.
Columbia House used to send you free CDs.
Yeah, they did.
Back in the day.
They did. Said Folgers. It's Colombian.
You were thinking Maxwell House?
Maybe. Colombian blend.
That's it. That's it.
Columbia House.
Well, all I can think about was the Colombian guy in Bruce Almighty, where it says, I mean, what did he say when he walked in? He literally had the little Colombian guy bring him in, and when Jim Carrey said that.
But can we just take a moment to appreciate this guy singing his tail off for this commercial?
You see the morning in a whole new light.
Listen, like a Michael
There's hard
Bolton-esque.
work to be done. Another day yet to be won.
Part of waking up.
Man. All right.
Folgers in your cup.
Yes, sir. We have 2 sounds left. It is 6-6. Chandler asked me earlier today, why aren't you doing a bonus sound? What if we have a tie? And Brandon, Chandler, we might be in that situation. Right. And I hope that doesn't happen. All right, sound number 14 to break the tie. Here we go.
Pull ball.
Pull balls.
I think Brandon got it.
I said pull.
I know. That's a
completely different sport that's outside.
Billiards.
I think Brandon
Snookers.
got it.
Chandler's saying Brandon. That was close.
That was bang bang
ball.
That was bang bang, but I think Brandon.
Shirley, the game is under protest. We will go back to the tape.
Jesus.
But right now, Brandon has a 7-6 lead as we head into our final
7-6.
7-6. Here we go. Shirley is
Marcus Crandell with the most energetic. Thanks, Cotton.
It's like the guy, the color analyst in Major League.
Yes.
That's why you're the best analyst in the game, Marty, or whatever his name is.
Marty. It was Marty.
Final sound. I need the name of this animal.
Lion. Alligator.
Panther.
Alligator is
Sorry.
correct.
Once I heard the gargling, it was there.
I still said pull.
Even if you did, you still lose 8-7.
Should have been a tie game.
You lose 8-7. You want to say that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Brandon wins at 8-7. Congratulations, Brandon. What a game.
That was a great game.
Great. What a battle.
Hey, it was a good game. Shirley, that was very good. She's got her. God, we just lost. We just gave up 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th in a softball game. Look.
All right. Well,
2 mental errors cost us.
That'll do
Because
it.
the second baseman doesn't know how to catch a freaking ball.
Shirley, good game. All right. She's done talking. Brandon, good to see you.
Good to see
Got
you.
a break.
Got a break.
Got a break.
All right,
Marcus Crandell and Tabari Wallace join us next. Brandon, you have any final words?
Remember, Friday game time's moved. Go EC Pirates. We're going to sweep this weekend and be good to go next week.
All right, sounds good.
All right, yes, sir.
We'll talk to you then.
Go Pirates.
We'll take a timeout, come back. Marcus Crandell,
And I'm
Tabari
getting out of
Wallace.
this chair. I still protest, though.
Game is under protest. Back with you after this.
I never died. I've got night lies, cat's eyes. I'm using everyone who's never ready when it's all back. Yes, I'm back.
At your CBD store Greenville, they've got gifts to make Mom's Day. Buy any 2 Sunmed Bath and Beauty products and save 20% off your entire purchase. Just mention the code MAY20. Your CBD store is your go-to shop for all natural sleep, relaxation, recovery, wellness products, and pet products too. Their award-winning products are safe, trusted, and third-party tested. New gifts and accessories are in stock. Everything from CBD to charcuterie boards. Call ahead for pickup at 999-5127. Your CBD store Greenville, 420 East Arlington Boulevard beside Jed's Pizza.
The Beach Tavern Bar and Grill has been the place to be for over 50 years. BT's is the best local sports bar in the heart of Atlantic Beach. Located on West Fort Macon Road across from Pacific, BT's has daily food specials, a late night menu, cold beer, pool, darts, and live entertainment for everyone to enjoy. Make it a summer to remember at the Beach Tavern Bar and Grill. Follow BT's on Facebook and Instagram for all the daily specials and events. BT's, the place for fun in Atlantic Beach this summer.
In studio today with Frank Lee with Appliances Superstore. Frank, why should people go see you?
We make buying appliances easy, just that simple. We have the largest selection of in-stock appliances in Eastern North Carolina, which helps our customers save money every day. We offer a 12-month warranty on all our appliances, plus we deliver and set up your new appliances and remove your old ones. Come visit us at the Appliances Superstore off 264 behind the new DMV, or shop us online at AppliancesSuperstore.com. Remember, we make buying appliances easy at the Appliances Superstore.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies in Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. With years of experience, the team at Bodies in Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you. And from May 10th through May 17th, take advantage of their package deals. If you buy a 4-stretch package, you get 1 free stretch. An 8-stretch package gets you 2 free stretches. And a 12-stretch package gets you 3 free stretches. Call today at 916-4530 and check them out online at bodiesinbalance.com.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear is your one-stop shop to help promote your business and always provide superior customer service. No matter what apparel you need for your team or customers, University Sportswear can make it happen. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. University Sportswear, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Go Pirates!
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
And then it was true, Seagull!
We're here for the booty.
Party!
Pirate Water is here. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find Pirate Water in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
Pirate Water is here. 21 and older, please drink responsibly.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. You can shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com. Or you can visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt. We are joined by ECU Hall of Famer Marcus Crandell here in the Pirate Radio studios. We got to get some Marcus Crandell walk-up music to introduce him every week, so we'll work on that. But Marcus, good to see you. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing awesome.
Good to hear.
Saying glory be to God, brother.
Also, another day. Yes, sir. And another day we can talk some sports and have some fun here on Pirate Radio Live. And Marcus, I really enjoyed catching up with your old teammates and talking to them about some old memories. And I like when you and the former teammate get going as well. I like to sit back and hear those stories. But we got a great one today, and not his first time on Pirate Radio. He joined the late, great Jeff Charles on an edition of From the Booth a couple of years ago. And he joins us now on the Pirate Radio Live line. He is Tabari Snoop Wallace joining us on the show. Tabari, welcome back to Pirate Radio. How you doing today, sir? I'm sorry, Tabari, are you there? Okay, he's with us. How you doing, Tabari?
How you doing? Can you hear me?
We got you now. How you doing, man?
Okay, I'm doing pretty good. Better than I deserve.
Amen to that. I hear you, brother.
So, Tabari, again, not your first time on Pirate Radio. The legendary Jeff Charles had you on From the Booth. This was after you were named Principal of the Year. And I'll say this, Tabari, the only guy we've probably had on Pirate Radio that's been on the Ellen Show as well. So, yeah, there's a good one to add to the resume. But, Tabari, I guess we can start there. Your life after football and going into education and administrating and things like that. And, man, you've made quite a splash in that field, haven't you?
Yeah, Marcus said it correct when we first started. God is good. I mean, he directed these steps. This was not planned. Education was not planned. I had a totally different degree, but I was invited to coach at New Bern High School, and then I got hugged while I was teaching math to some ninth graders. I was helping the class. They got over the hump, and one little girl just jumped up. She jumped in my arms and just started, "Oh, my God, I got it. I got bit by the bug." Bit by the bug in education. I have not looked back ever since, I got to tell you.
That is really cool. That's a neat story. A lot of people maybe, I don't know, start teaching and get into coaching. You kind of went the other route. So you were there really for priority one to coach some football, and you found out you had another calling while you were there, I guess.
I did. I have this... What's a priceless moment? Everybody talks about the pay in education and this and that, or they're not paid enough and this and that. Well, what keeps us going is watching young students succeed. The aha moments you cannot put a price on. They're priceless, and that's what keeps us going in education, despite what little pay that we get. So,
man, that's great stuff. Yeah. So where are you at today, Tabari?
I'm actually, finally, I got to have a home office day because tomorrow we crown the new Principal of the Year for the state at the Umstead at the Umstead up there in Cary. So,
all right. And what school are you with currently?
Oh, they created a position for me at the Department of Public Instruction. I work specifically for the state superintendent. I am her pretty much her principal advisor. Everything regarding the principalship comes through my office.
There you go. And who better to learn from than the Principal of the Year, right, Marcus?
That's right, man. Learn from the best, right?
So he's gone into basically coaching at this point. He was a player as a principal. Now he's a coach, I guess.
That's right. I mean, the correlation is very similar, right, Snoop? You carry those coaching aspects into the teaching facility and teaching realm, and then you learn how to deal with the kids and all of that. And you get bit by the bug because you get bit by the bug with sports and coaching sports as well, right?
Oh yeah. We love to say it just like this. Whenever you go from a student to being a coach, I'm wearing the suit now. I used to wear the shorts and the jersey. I'm wearing the suit.
Absolutely, man.
That's the best way we could put it. So,
Tabari Wallace joining us. Some folks called him Tabari back then. A lot of people called him Snoop, and you just referred to that, Marcus. So, how about that name, Tabari? Where did Snoop come from?
Well, we had a defensive lineman named Cheese Toast. I know Mark C. knows exactly what I'm talking about. Marcus has got to know what I'm talking about with that. And for some reason, they thought I looked like Snoop Doggy Dogg when I first got into training camp. As a freshman, when I got there, they gave me that name, and it stuck ever since.
It did. Yes, it did.
The world-famous Calvin Brodus, a.k.a. Snoop Dogg. And I like how Tabari called you Mark C., because we've learned that's what Coach Logan and everybody called you back then, right, Marcus?
Yeah, Coach Logan called me Mark Crandell, and the guys called me Mark C., and And I went on to the professional level. They call me MC, so they shortened it down a little bit. That's what we do in the sporting realm, and just in life in general. But those kind of things stick with you sometimes. And looking at Snoop, and when you see the resemblance of, because Snoop Dogg he was just coming out of it. I mean, was getting very well known, and so everybody was looking at him and was like, man, you look like Snoop. We're going to call you Snoop. And there it was.
Were you a fan of the West Coast, the Snoop Doggy Style, the album that came out there, Tabari?
Oh, they were running the U.S. at that time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Mark C. was in college. They were running it for it's like 3 years before the East Coast came back, and Biggie and the rest of them tried to come back and reclaim everything. So.
Oh, Ellerby's got a good question. We kind of bypassed this. So who was Cheese Toast? Who was what player was that?
Oh, God. His first name was Marcus. I do not know his last name, but I knew about we called him Cheese Toast.
Cheese Toast was Cheese Toast. You look up in the program, it says Cheese Toast. That's awesome. All right, talking to Marcus Crandell and Tabari Wallace here on Pirate Radio Live. And Marcus, we have talked, we talked to Larry Shannon, Jason Nichols, with Logan as the head coach. You think first of offense when you think of those 90s ECU teams, but they were playing some pretty good on Tabari's side of the ball too, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. Those guys, they held their own, and Tabari was a big part of it in regards to we've talked about this over the past weeks in regards to everybody has a role, and Snoop was a great part of that as far as just building our program defensively, and he gave us great looks offensively in practice. And then Snoop, I want you to talk about this as well in regards to you came to ECU as a walk-on, and then what happened after that?
Yeah, I came to ECU as a walk-on. Yeah, people don't even know this story. I actually drove up to ECU, happened to catch Coach Connors and Steve Logan coming out the back door, the training room where it used to be at, the old training room, and told them I wanted to play football. And I had a VHS tape that I had put together myself way before time. That's awesome. Like the kids are doing now, and gave it to them. Next thing you know, Coach Pagano called me and said, look, you are a special invite. We want you here when everybody else gets here, because we were actually enthused with what we saw on tape. And then I got there, and I was accepted by your Mark C. and Mofo and all them. I was with that crew, so that was a never day. That was an all-star hanging group that I had the fortune to hang with, and they just instilled that never say die, and always go above and beyond of your expectations. And I was awarded a scholarship the very next year, and the rest is history. So.
Man, that you were wise beyond your years and had a go-get-it mindset early on. It's no surprise you are where you are today. Where did that come from, Tabari? Just kind of the go-getter attitude that you had back then when you were, younger.
I would say that was my mother. My mother said that we had to work extra hard to change the circumstances that we were in. We grew up in 5 Points, New Bern. I mean, it's the lowest of the lowest you can get. And she said, in order for you to change your circumstance, you got to work harder than everybody else, and you definitely got to seize on every opportunity that you have. So mother is still that in us.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Great story. The old phrase, iron sharpens iron. You face that, Tabari, going against some tough ECU offenses. I bet Steve Logan wanted to see his offense excel in practice every day. Your job was to not let that happen. So what were those battles like on the practice field against Marcus and the guys?
Yeah, well, that's actually how I got better. Serving on that scout team the first year, and like you said, Steve wanted you to hold back, even though you read the play and you on it and let them catch it. But there was a couple of times where you just can't hold back, and you're right there at the ball, and it's a party at the ball. So and guess who I had to learn where I made my bones at? Probably the best quarterback East Carolina's ever had was Marcus Crandell. I had to go up against him every single day, and the best that ECU had to do every single day, and I really credit them with me actually getting better so I could start for the Pirates a year later.
I really like the stories, Marcus, that we tell during the offseason about those battles when we talk to current players, former players, about they're battles, but they're fun battles. You want to outplay the defense. They want to outplay you at the end of the day, your brothers. But those are some good wars you have on the practice fields out there, right?
They really were, man. And you said it. You hit the nail on the head. And And we always, man, we were very competitive on the field. And Snoop mentioned it and alluded to this in regards to, man, he wanted to pick every pass that I threw off. And he wanted to hit Mitchell Galloway, Larry Shannon as they came across the middle. But at the same time, you know, we were making each other better, and we knew the situations in regards to, man, you can't do that, right? You got to be there, but you can't make the play like that. But it was very competitive. We always, you know, in those kind of situations, it was like, man, I had him. You know, I could have got him, Mark C, or I could have got it.
Yeah.
Right. So he's always talking about that, and we just went back and forth as far as jaw jacking and you know, just talking and, you know, going at it.
Well, just from this phone conversation and seeing what I've seen from you, Tabari, you seem like a very personable guy, likes to talk. How much talking did you do on the field and practicing in games?
Oh, did a whole lot of talking. I mean, it's all, you know, it always starts with the mental game. You know, if I can get you thinking about me as the DB when that ball comes, you're not thinking about the ball so much. So, I mean, there was a lot of talking, but the spring games that we had, defense versus offense, we went into every last one of them thinking the defense is going to win. I mean, that's how competitive we were, and we went back and forth, and I think that's why we made each other better during that time. We had a nice little stretch there while, you know, Mark C and then myself, and then all the way up to David Garrard of winning streaks in East Carolina. And that's because of the practice, you know, the practice up-tempo that we had and making each other better. So.
And, of course, well, go ahead, Marcus. I want to bring up
after it was all said and done, we were off the field, and then we were hanging out with each other, man, just like brothers.
And probably still talking about what happened, too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You mentioned Coach Connors, Tabari. I wanted to bring him up. So many Pirates of the past has brought up his name and what he meant to them, you know, getting in shape and being that figure there. So what do you remember about those workouts with Coach Connors? A lot of people say they liked him a lot more after the fact than they did at the time because they were tough. So how about your relationship and your stories about Coach Connors?
Oh, Coach Connors was the best. I mean, and, you know, post-college, he was the one that instilled that, you know, that hard work, and you must be, you know, your endurance must last longer than your competitive. Coach Connors had us, the usual standard is like 8 to 10 110s and like 8 300s. By the time Mark C was a senior, Coach Connors had raised that expectation to 15 110s in order to pass the summer test and to 10 300s. When I tell you you have an out-of-body experience that your muscles quit working, your organs start to shut down and things like that, once you push yourself that hard, that's what it was. But again, you saw us in the fourth quarter. We always will pull it out in the fourth quarter because we had more endurance than the opposing team during that time.
Yeah, that was the mindset, man. And and those 300s, how much rest did we have?
30 seconds.
30 seconds rest, man.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
It was, it was definitely some interesting moments leading up into those things, and when we had to test. But definitely Coach Connors instilled some greatness in us. And yes, like you mentioned, Snoop, it really carries on to after you're done playing football. And I'm pretty sure you teach that or instill that into your students right now. Or your former students, I should say.
Yeah, because people don't realize that test that, y'all got children, y'all know the EOG and the EOC test that students take is not about the mastery of content. It is a stamina test. Nowhere else in America do we ask children or students to sit in one spot for 4 hours and give all they can mentally and academically on one test in one sitting. And so you have to train your students for that stamina. Kids if you have 8 passages to read, they'll read 3 to 4 of them and then put their head down because they're not mentally, they don't have any mental stamina. I conditioned my children, the reason why we broke so many records at the schools that I was at, I conditioned my students to know it's going to be 4 hours, to prepare for it, to get your mind right for it, and then to make sure you leave it all on the test, and Mr. Wallace will reward you once you've completed. And my babies did follow what the expectation that we set.
Absolutely,
that's
man.
Awesome.
It's seeing it before it happens, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's visualization and focus and all those things that you did on the field.
That's right.
Kevin on YouTube says Tabari needs to give every pregame speech from here on out. I'd like him to give a pre-EOG speech to my daughter, if you don't. But man, speaking is a big part of what you do, Tabari, and not just speaking, but practicing what you preach too, right? Knowing that you have the best interest in the kids, in everything, in the words that you say.
Yeah, I mean, the 7 Ps. I mean, we all can live. Adults, students, everybody can live with the 7 Ps, but y'all might want to write this down. Proper prior planning prevents piss-poor performance.
Oh, yes.
The 7 Ps. One big P in there, but the 7 Ps. All right.
Hey, you're going to have to text that to us.
yeah.
Or email.
There you go. Tabari, before we let you go, I got to talk about some old memories, and Marcus, you can share some that you have with Tabari. But as far as games go, Tabari, and I was looking at your stats, I see 4 career interceptions. You had 1 a year. So I called Jason Nichols Mr. Consistency. Tabari was as well. What are some of your favorite memories from putting on the purple and gold, Tabari?
Well, I'll say the one that comes to mind, and Mark C is all in this one, is when we played Central Florida, and I was a 18-year-old freshman, bunny bright eyes out there, first time on the field, because EMAC went down, the Twins went down, Crumby went down, everybody went down. And so they turned around and said, Snoop, get in. What? So I go out on the field. Mark C was doing his thing. He brought us back. You know, he's doing this and that. We were rolling. And then all of a sudden, the ball came to me. It was big as day. I jumped up and I snatched it, and the rest is history. But we went to a bowl game because of that pick and that interception. So that's the biggest one that I can remember, other than grabbing the final interception against Miami down in the Orange Bowl to seal that game as well. So.
Man, a true next man up story right there, Mark. He listed off some great names in front of him too.
Oh, yes,
with EMAC and the Hart Twins and
Twins.
Man, good stuff.
Snoop, how much did you learn from those guys just from being a freshman? I talked to Jason about this last week in regards to, you come in and you want to play and all those things, and he had a different story in regards to, he came in with the mindset of wanting to play, and he was able to start right away. But from your perspective, man, you had to wait for that opportunity. How hard was that for you to sit back and watch these guys and possibly in some situations knowing that you were bigger than a lot of them,
yep.
2, probably faster, all right, and then 3, probably stronger. So how tough was that for you as a freshman coming in and sitting having to watch those guys and wait for your opportunity?
Yeah, but it was extremely tough at first, but then I thought about it. I said, these guys, like EMAC was a junior when I got there. Crumby was a junior. Hank was all these had 2 years and 3 years on, but Travis Render was a senior. So what I told myself when I first got there, I said, I'm about to sponge every bit of knowledge from these, what we call the OGs, from the OGs that I can, so I can try to be better than what they are. Then maybe I can get on the field. And so while EMAC and them wasn't looking, I'm sitting there talking about plays and technique, different things that Hank did better than EMAC and EMAC did better than him. And I tried to learn, not only the assets that they brought to the field, but also their deficits as well, so I could learn from them. So it was a learning curve for me. But once they gave me that opportunity and I got out there, I knew I had to stay hungry so the person coming behind me wouldn't do me like I did them, if you get what I'm saying. So
I do. And so how do you feel about today's world of sports in regards to being able to hit the transfer portal if you don't like your situation? How do you feel about those things, Snoop?
I just think I love it for the individual athletes, but I don't like it for the continuity of the team in regards to each university. I mean, Mark C., when we came through, we knew we were going to be together for the next 5 years, 4 to 5 years, depending on if you're redshirted or not. And now you kind of can't plan. Coaches can't plan because you don't know who's going to be there or what. You can't, when you get a job, you can up and leave a job, but sometimes the grass is not always greener on the other side. So sometimes you got to have grit. Deal with it first, and then if you just can't deal with it, then move. But, it's a double-edged sword. It is very different today. I love it for the athletes. They're actually being able to get paid now and this and that. They never would have thought of that with us back then. But I just think this is going to be a what they call a moving experiment, I think.
Always changing.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
And you know, that whose outcome is uncertain. We don't know where we're going to be in 2 years with this.
Right.
Yesterday on the show, we talked to Garrett McGinn, former ECU offensive lineman. He just won an XFL championship with Arlington the other night. And Tabari, you see all these leagues. You've got, of course, the NFL. Marcus did amazing things up in Canada. Now you've got the XFL and USFL to go with that. And what do you think about those options? If those were all around, you know, when you were coming out, you know, and what was your post-ECU football career? Did you play anymore after ECU, or did you go a different route?
Yeah, I went to BC up there in Canada for a little while, and then I came back and played arena ball for the next 4 years.
Nice. Okay, arena, another option. That was seemed to be that was more popular back then than it is today. Almost. I remember arena was on ESPN
because it was on TV more. Yeah, for sure. And Snoop, you played in Illinois, right? Imperial.
Yep.
Yeah.
Peoria.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Peoria, Illinois.
Well, yeah.
And I remember those days, man. You were pretty excited about the opportunity to continue your career on. And
did they let you go both ways? Did you play any offense in arena, Tabari?
Yeah. I played a little bit of offense, but I made my bones. Now you talk about interceptions. I had a whoop. So I was the defensive specialist. The most dreaded position on the arena field is that defensive specialist, the one that plays the middle, the safety. Because you got to catch that yo-yo. You know, you got to catch that yo-yo route, the ones that's running full speed at the line, and you're standing still. And you got to have the athleticism to be able to stay with them and pivot and do what you need to do to stop them from catching that ball.
It's a different game, right?
You give up 42, you had a pretty good game defensively in arena, right? I mean, they were putting up 50s and 60s on the board back then.
Got that right.
Good stuff.
80, so.
Tabari, how much are you keeping up with East Carolina these days? It was awesome to see East Carolina back in a bowl game, winning a bowl game for the first time since 2013. So how much are you keeping up with Coach Houston and the guys?
Hey, that's still my team. I follow East Carolina. You know, other people say, you know, they follow a Big Ten or whatever. No, it's still East Carolina. And anytime I can get up there to see the game, you know, I'm there to see it. And anytime it's on TV, I'm watching it. So I definitely follow them. Once a pirate, always a pirate.
Yes, sir. Well said. Tabari Wallace. Marcus, anything else for Snoop before we let him get out of here?
Yeah, I guess the last thing, Snoop, you were on Ellen's show. I think Clip talked about that earlier. What was it like to be on there, man? I know I saw some of the clips and for you, for a guy coming from New Bern, the New Bern area, I should say, and on to East Carolina and professionally and all those things. And then next thing you know, I think it was 2020, right?
Yep.
And then you were on the Ellen show. What was that like for you, man?
Well, I'm gonna tell you that the beginning part is the most intriguing. They called and were saying, you know, maybe we're going to have you on the show, this and that, stay tuned. Well, they called me on a Friday night. Now, they're on the West Coast. They called me on Friday night at 10:30 at night and said, we're going to bring you on the Ellen show on this date, but you have to quarantine for 3 days. It was during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
The quarantine for 3 days before you sit beside Ellen, just for safety. So we need you to be on the plane in the morning at 6 o'clock. No packing, no nothing. I said, what? So they finally changed it to 10. So, but I left that next, at 10:30 at night, I was on the plane at 10 o'clock the next morning, headed over to Hollywood for the show. Then they put you up and they practice and do all this and that. And then the day of the taping, I mean, they treat you like royalty, Mark. See, pretty much like you was when you was in the league, boss.
Oh, man.
Lady limousine with a drop.
Oh, man.
Detail. I mean, I had everything while I was over there, but I thought the security detail was so people can't get to me. That security detail was for me not to go anywhere and catch COVID.
Right.
I sat beside the boss lady. So, but man, let me tell you something. What you heard about Ellen is wrong. She is extremely personable. She is the sweetest lady that you would ever see. She's so giving with what she does. She loves surprising her host. That's why she's crying on national TV.
I was going to get to that.
I mean, they have everything, y'all. I mean, I was treated like royalty while I was up there, and I'm so thankful to Ellen that she gave that $25,000 so I could help my babies out when I
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you talked about your babies, and she asked about that. You call your students your babies. And you had a couple tears shed a couple of times. And just talk to us about that, man, in that moment, and why did the tears flow like that, man, in regards to, you know, talking about your kids and your babies and what they mean to you?
Well, I always avoid it because it's such a sensitive part to my heart. The reasons why I call them my babies, nobody had ever asked me that. And she said as she peeled back that scab, I lost a child in 2005. And, shortly after birth. And because I didn't get a chance to pour into my child the way I wanted to, my babies at school kind of fill that void. And it comes out even when they're in high school. I'm calling them my babies, and they get mad at you now if you don't say babies, if you change it to students when they get high. Oh, we your babies, man. What you doing? So that's where the tears came from, because it really brought back memories of Alexandria. And nobody had ever asked me that before. And so I went to, recollect, what I went through during that time at the loss of my child, and then started, and correlated that with the success of my babies that I've had under my purview throughout my career. It just, the tears just kept flowing, Martin.
Hey, man, I understand, man, that I think people get, there's a misconception of people that play sports and want to be hard and all those kind of things, man. We're still human, right? We're still human, and sometimes in moments like that, man, when you have some personal issues and things that have happened in your life, occurred in your life that are, very saddening, and it's okay, man. It's okay. I tell my kids all the time, it's okay to cry, because, hey, I show them that I cry sometimes, because it's hard for me to go up there and visit them and then leave and come back here. So they see me cry, and I let them know that it's okay. Yeah. So it's all good, brother, and always here for you. Sorry to hear about that, and hadn't heard it before until then, and my prayers go out to you and your wife.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Well, Tabari, man, it has been awesome talking football and life with you today on the show, and just a special guy, right, Marcus, and everything he does, and been so great catching up with you. Hopefully we can do it again down the road, Tabari, but, man, a lot of fun talking with you today, and I know our listeners, our audience appreciate it as well.
Oh, likewise. Anytime. Looking forward to coming back.
All right, there is Snoop, Tabari Wallace, and, man, I love hearing the story about him. I mean, the Snoop story at ECU might not have happened if he had not had his own initiative and his own giddy up to make it happen for himself. Went right up to the head man and Jeff Connors and said, "Here's my VCR tape. Check it out."
You remember those?
And I do remember. I remember.
Now they have the huddle and all those things.
Oh yeah, you pop it up on YouTube now. Put out a link. Back in the day, you had them big clunky tapes. I guess you had to pass out. You still got any VHS tapes of your playing days?
Man, they're somewhere. My family has them somewhere for sure.
Good stuff.
And I'm sure one of my roommates have one as well.
Man, great to chat with him. And Marcus, you've been setting up some awesome guests. We got some more coming up. You got somebody ready for next week?
We're going to have Jermaine Smith on next week. Talk to him, and he's actually a defensive analyst for Campbell University at the moment. I coached with him at Livingstone College last year. He was the special teams coordinator, linebackers coach. We got Aliko Dunk coming on, who's a great Pirate back in the day.
I remember him as a high school star at Aiden Grifton back in the day. Yep.
And then the great Lester Lyons, man. So a good lineup for guys, and we're going to continue to reach out and see who we can get on and bring back some good old memories for our Pirate fans.
Yeah, we love reliving the glory days, but also just hearing what these guys have done since then. And what a resume for Snoop Wallace, who we just talked to a moment ago. Fantastic stuff. All right, Shirley, you want to open up the booty bag, make somebody a winner after hearing an awesome segment?
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250, the number. Shirley, what are we giving away on this Thursday?
How about a shrimp taco lunch courtesy of Chico's?
Oh, man, I could go for one of them right about now. What caller are we looking for?
I'm going to let's go 8.
All right, caller 8, 317-1250. You're a winner. And we are back with more Marcus Crandell. We'll set up what's going on in the world of sports. We'll give you a leaderboard update at the PGA Championship, Canes hockey tonight, Eastern Conference Final, NBA tonight, and some baseball finals. We'll set it all up for you when we return after this.
And then it was 2, Seagull!
We're here for the booty.
Party?
Pirate Water is here. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find Pirate Water in a location near you.
win point game!
Pirate Water is here. 21 and older, please drink responsibly.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
It's time to think about our graduates. Hi, it's Russell with Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. 40 years in business means we know a lot when it comes to graduation season. Whether it's that just perfect gift, a small reminder, or a gift certificate, we can help. Russell's is fully stocked for the occasion. We're a full-service men and women's clothing store dedicated to customer service. Our signature gift wrap is free and beautiful. Remember, it's all about you, our pirate friends and customers at Russell's in historic downtown Washington.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Saturdays are your day to kick back, relax, and have fun. That's why Ottavola Market Cafe is the perfect place to go for dinner, drinks, and takeout. Ottavola is open every Saturday at 4 p.m. on the bar side, serving a special selection of menu favorites of appetizers, pastas, and specialty pizzas. Whether it's dine-in, takeout, or drinks with friends, Ottavola is the best choice every Saturday starting at 4 o'clock. Visit OttavolaMarket.com to see what's new, and visit Ottavola on Red Banks Road every Saturday starting at 4. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
Big jobs on big properties demand a big side-by-side. A side-by-side like the first ever Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew. This flagship model delivers serious power and performance where you need it most. Even more, it offers best-in-class comfort for 6 occupants with back seat legroom beyond compare. As for build quality, we'll let the Honda name speak for itself. Head to Ron Ayers Motorsports and see the all-new Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew today on approved credit. See dealer for details.
This is Pirate Radio, Pirate Radio. Pirate.
Pirate.
Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. At the Appliances Superstore, they make buying appliances easy. It's just that simple. The Appliances Superstore has the largest selection of in-stock appliances in Eastern North Carolina, which helps our customers save money every day. The Appliances Superstore offers a 12-month warranty on every appliance, plus will deliver and set up your new appliance and remove your old ones. The Appliances Superstore off Highway 264 behind the new DMV, or you can shop online at appliancessuperstore.com. Remember, we make buying appliances easy at the Appliances Superstore. And congratulations to Brad Woodard of Farmville, Picked up a shrimp taco lunch courtesy of Chico's. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more, plus ice cold cervezas. And Chico's famous margaritas are always available. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
John says on Facebook, impressive guest. Thanks, Tabari and Marcus. That was awesome. What a human being Tabari Wallace is, and you yourself too, Mo. I was talking to my dad, went over to the house for Mother's Day, and he's like, Marcus Crandell seems like the nicest guy ever. Is he really that nice? I'm like, yeah, he is exactly this way all the time. And so, Marcus, your personality shows through the show. So I hope you know that. And you have a lot of fans, but also I think the people that meet you as a person become a fan of you as well. So,
and I appreciate you fans, especially during our playing times, of course, but especially right now as well. Life after football and all those things. We really appreciate you guys, everyone who follows and stays in touch, and just it's a humbling feeling, man.
Yeah.
To be here and all those things, and to have people follow you like that is pretty cool.
And you're a kind man, and part of that, I think, is being a patient man. And I'll segue into golf, because you asked me earlier, do you get out on the course? And I said, no, I do not. I do not have the patience for it. And to be good at golf, it's a lot of playing, a lot of repetition, right? And I'm not good, and I'm not good because I don't play, and I don't play because I'm not good. So it's both of those things. But you said you like to get out there, right?
I like to get out there. And you know what? And I can see a difference when I'm out there more, for sure. But like you said, man, it's a game where you have to practice over and over and over again. These guys practice so many different shots, like over and over again. It's just a repetition, just like any sport or anything, right? Yeah. And then you just get good at it, right? And then you find your strengths, right? You see one guy, he's a long ball hitter, and one guy is very good in the short game. Just those different things where when you become a professional, just like it's no different in football, baseball, basketball, when you are good at something in a certain area, you work on those things more probably than you do the other things, because you want to make sure you're right there that in that comfort zone of making sure you're going to be competitive, and then get better at the little things that you're not as good at.
Well, you have humbly said that you like to get out there. You're not necessarily that good at it.
I'm not that good.
Let's say there's a Pirate Club tournament. They need a ringer. They need a specialist. What is your specialty? Would it be driving? Would it be the approach, the short game, or the putting?
I'm inconsistent, man. I'm inconsistent. One day that's the game I play. And, in regards to, you don't go out there for a long time, and one day you're driving the ball good, the next day you're not. You're hitting the short ball very, very well, and then you're not. So, but I have gotten pretty good at putting.
Okay.
I must say that.
There you go.
That's probably the strength of my game right now, is putting.
I do like to do this, Mark. I did it a couple weekends ago. I'll go out in the backyard and take the pitching wedge, or like a high iron, and there's a path kind of behind my house, and like to hit a few and see if I can go without losing a ball in a field or the woods. And if I don't lose a ball,
itself, right?
Yeah, then that's a win for me.
Absolutely.
It is kind of fun. I don't know. It's a consistency, and I get frustrated. Why did I hit that one there? And I feel like I did the same thing, and I hit it over there, and it's tough. One of those guys that has had trouble with consistency is Bryson DeChambeau, and his name is at the top of the leaderboard right now on the Buccaneer Music Hall leaderboard, presented by Da Buck. Thank you, Chandler. Bryson DeChambeau at 4 under par, round 1 of the PGA Championship. We're keeping an eye on our guy Harold Varner III, who sits at even par, played a 70 today, so went even in his first round. So in a good spot, needs a big day tomorrow, but a good spot right now, 4 shots back of the leader as they play up in New York, Marcus.
Yes, indeed. That's awesome. Prime example right there. Bryson, he's a great long ball hitter. And when he's hitting the ball great in regards to staying in the fairways and all of those things, he's going to be right at the top. But when he's off of his game as far as driving, that's when he has trouble, I believe. And, those guys still make their money off of the shots where they're behind the tree and all those kind of things. They get very innovative as far as their shots are concerned.
Yeah.
And they get right back in it.
We got Pirate Baseball coming up tonight. Game 1 of the series at 6:30. Friday's game has been moved to 5 o'clock, as I misspoke earlier on that. Hope you accept my apology. So the East Carolina on the road, Marcus, at South Florida. They'll be in the conference tournament coming up next week. Right now, their RPI sitting at 21. They would have to run the table and get some help to be a host at this point, but they're going to be in a regional. Now, at this point in the season, you just want to go in, kind of playing your best ball, because Aaron Fitt from D1 Baseball joined us the other day. The number 1 overall team heading into the tournament has not won since 1998, I believe it is. And he said it's not the best team throughout the year. It's the hottest team. Kind of you see that in a lot of sports, right?
Absolutely.
But certainly with baseball, so you want to see them finish strong here.
Yeah, I really do think they are, because this is the time in the year where they really hone in and get things rolling and carry on, and so they. He's done a great job so far in regards to these moments and crunch time when it's time to get ready to play. These guys are going to do well, I believe.
All right. Also coming up tonight, the Carolina Hurricanes are in the Eastern Conference Final. It'll be game 1 tonight, 8 o'clock, as they take on the Florida Panthers. And Marcus, being up there in Canada, you've turned into our de facto hockey expert. So what do you think, Hurricanes, Panthers?
Man, I wouldn't say the expert, but I do or have watched a lot of hockey over the years. And yes, that's definitely hockey country up there for sure. Florida and the Hurricanes, man, I might be a little bit biased, and I can say that because all the sports, I really don't have a team anymore. But man, it's a little bit different when your team is actually your home state team is actually in the playoffs or the Eastern Conference Finals. Great moment for them. They're having an outstanding season. And I think they're going to put it off. I really do.
And the drought continues. Not since the Canadiens won in the 90s. There will once again be another year without a team from Canada winning the Stanley Cup, as we saw Toronto and Edmonton fall in round number 2, Marcus. And I know the folks north of the border they're hating to see a Carolina-Florida Eastern Conference Final.
Absolutely.
And probably hating Dallas-Vegas just as much. They're turning their nose up at that,
all down
right?
south.
Yeah,
absolutely. The hottest teams are down south where it's hot.
Some southern hot hockey here in late May and June.
That's right. But I know one person that's going to be very upset, and that's my oldest son. He's an avid Oilers fan right now, and he's become that guy, and he's probably a little bit disappointed for sure.
And you said your son plays hockey, right?
Yes, he does. Yes, yep. He's playing in the AHL right now, the Alberta Junior Hockey League.
Awesome.
They finished up their season in March, and so yeah.
What's the live market like here? You get your first basketball and goal when you're 2-3 years old. You pick up a baseball bat. How about in Canada? When do they put the skates on you?
As soon as you're able to walk,
you're skating.
You're skating. They get the little helper or walker thing that they put on the ice. They put you in skates.
You were telling me about that. It's like training wheels for skating, basically,
absolutely.
right? And then you take that away, and they're out there going at it.
And it's just like it, right? The parents are behind them, or actually, I shouldn't say the parents. The teachers are behind them, the coaches behind them, guiding them along the way. And then when they get to the point where they can take the training wheels off, so to speak, they step back and let them go. And then next thing you know, I don't know what it's called, the walker or whatever.
Yeah.
The guy that is taken away, and then next thing you know, those guys or kids are skating around like it's nothing.
Man, so that's coming up tonight. Panthers, Hurricanes, Game 1, Western Conference Final coming up on Friday, as the Stars will be in Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. Also tonight, Game 2 in Denver. It'll be the Nuggets hosting the Lakers, and Denver has a 1-0 series lead in that one. The Joker averaging a triple-double, basically, and putting up a triple-double every game. Just phenomenal. And he and the Nuggets trying to take a 2-0 series lead here, Marcus.
Yeah, the Nuggets they're a tough battle for the Lakers, man. I think Jokic, he's a little bit upset he wasn't named the MVP, but he's been very consistent. Him and Murray throughout the playoffs.
That's the key too, having him healthy at this time.
Absolutely, man, because he's had a rough 3 years, I believe, right? 2 or 3 years, Murray, I'm talking. and that team has pretty much suffered from that. And now you're seeing him, and I'm not sure if he's a little bit banged up as well, but for the most part, he's there, and he's been doing an outstanding job with them. And those two together, man, they're tough to beat for sure. And AD and LeBron, he's a little bit upset too. LeBron is. We had this conversation a few weeks ago in regards to, man, everybody hates LeBron, but man, he's got that attitude right now, that focus like none other.
We're gonna have that conversation one day. We kind of had it off the air, and we keep running out of time because these guests are so awesome, Marcus.
Absolutely.
But the why is so LeBron James so polarizing? We'll have that discussion on the air one day because I've got some thoughts on it, and we'll see what you think. Jimmy Butler is a stone cold killer. 35 points last night. Heat beat the Celtics in Game 1 of that series, Marcus, and just like the last series, Celtics down 0-1. They were down 0-1 to the Sixers. They came back to win it, of course, in 7 games, but they go down 0-1 to the Heat. Jimmy said going into this series, this is our year, and I believe everything that man says because I would follow him to the promised land. Man, he is the man.
He has taken his game to a different level in the playoffs.
No doubt.
I don't think he's played this well in the playoffs since he's been there. I think he's been more of a distributor of the ball, more so looking for other people and kind of gradually getting into his game in prior seasons. But now I think he's looking for a shot more, and it's showing right there. Like he's pretty much carried this team or that team in throughout the playoffs, pretty much.
Man, 35 last night. Jason Tatum 30 in a losing effort. And you look at the NBA now, Marcus, and it's about who can assemble the most stars for the most part. And Miami is devoid of stars. I mean, they have Jimmy Butler, and that is the name on their team. Who else do they have? Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. They do have Kyle Lowry, who's a veteran at this point, a guy you want. I tell you what, Bam has stepped up as well, his game. So they got some pieces, but they don't have the star power that you usually see here late in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. But
and they got Eric Spoelstra, who I used to say anybody could sit on the sidelines and coach LeBron and Wade and Bosh to a championship. Right. What is he really doing? Well, he shut me up and everybody else up.
Absolutely, man. It's he's earning his keep right now. And Bam, he's actually from Washington area, North Carolina, that is. So people who don't watch basketball a lot and are Pirate fans, right? Or I should say Eastern North Carolina fans, more so.
Well, we have
and they're listening. Bam is from Eastern North Carolina.
We have a Bam Pirate memory, and that is him visiting for the a Temple game when they came in, and they cut the lights off for the intros, and it was time to get going, and they couldn't turn the lights back on. So Bam and all of us just kind of sat and waited for the lights to turn back on to play a game. And that was his moment in Minges Coliseum. A few days after that, I saw him and John Calipari sitting in a picture of him and Calipari in a golf cart, and I said, well, he's going to continue. He ain't coming here, and he probably ain't going anywhere else. So, but he is a lot of fun to watch. Chandler, you got something?
You were talking about Lowry and veterans. I might have missed this, but did y'all mention Kevin Love is on that team?
I did not, and we were talking about him last night at Sports Trivia. I'm surprised he's still playing, and he's still now he played 16 minutes last night. He started, had 8 points, so not contributing much, but they've got veteran leadership. I'll say that. They got a lot of old guys on the roster. In fact, the oldest guy, Udonis Haslem, is on the roster, who's like a player coach at this point, mostly a coach for that Heat team. All right, we got one more break to get in, so let's get it in now. A lot going on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by DeBuck, including an O's loss. It was back and forth today with the Angels, and the Angels do end up winning that game 6-5 today in Baltimore. Other finals, the Guardians beat the White Sox 3-1, Marlins over the Nats 5-3, Mets beating the Rays 3-2. Only 2 more games coming up tonight on the Major League Baseball slate: Yankees, Blue Jays, and Dodgers, Cardinals. We're back to wrap it up with Marcus Crandell when we return. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest-free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender. NMLS 208516.
Hey, Wood Ducks fans, be sure to purchase your single game tickets online at woodducksbaseball.com. Have a big group? No problem. Book your group tickets by calling our front office at Granger Stadium. This year's schedule features the return of daily themes including Tribute Tuesday, Winning and Wind Down Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Mother Earth Friday, Pepsi Saturday, and Dogs and Dogs Day. Make sure to follow the Down East Wood Ducks on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook so you don't miss anything. We hope to see you out at Granger Stadium all season long. Let's go Woodies!
Hey, John, I see your new system's having issues already.
Yeah, I used the other guy with an AC brand I've never heard of.
You should have used Delcor, John. They install Train. It's hard to stop a train.
I know, but the other guy was cheaper.
Cheaper isn't better, John.
I know.
Don't use the other guy. Call Delcor. For a limited time, buy a new Train system and pay 0% interest for 12 months. Visit Delcor.com for more details. Delcor, the service professionals.
The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla. It's the best idea ever.
Whoa. The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla, that was my idea. Doritos and pizza. I did that. Another one.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Happy 100th anniversary to Minji's Bottling Group. Congratulations on 100 years of refreshing Eastern North Carolina.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Josh Moylan, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professional professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultation is available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. And taking a quick look at your stock market report, it was a good day. The Dow was up 115 points at 33,535. The NASDAQ was up 188 at 12,688. And the S&P was ahead 39 at 4,198. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to you, Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Told Marcus that I actually watched some of the XFL Championship the other night. We had Garrett McGinn on yesterday from Arlington, and I was pulling up on Twitter their page, and I saw The Rock doing the championship presentation and everything, and I was like, oh, the team's behind him. I wonder if we'll see Garrett. Guess who's front and center, big goofy grin, trying to dap up The Rock is Garrett McGinn, of course, who,
the G-Man,
the life of the party, and that was really cool to see. And we talked to him yesterday, Marcus, because Bryce Williams joins us. He was in the AAF, which folded shop before they even got to their championship. He talked about the issues with checks and with just everything, uniforms, meals, and that's an issue with some of these leagues. But Garrett said, man, the XFL, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You can focus on the football like it should be, trying to improve your game, trying to get more film out there, and he really had a positive experience in his first year with the XFL.
You know what, it's just like any business. When you first put something together, the first couple of years you're going to struggle. Usually struggle a little bit here and there. There are teams or leagues throughout the history of sports that have struggled with those things. Ended up folding in the Canadian Football League. Teams fold. You hear these stories of same thing. Guys wondering if they're going to get their check at the end of the week, and so it's a tough ordeal to go through. Great job for those guys in regards to making sure the guys are getting what they're getting paid for, or doing what they're getting paid for. And then making sure that they have their money in hand, so to speak.
Marcus Crandell joining us today. He joins us on Thursdays. And, man, if you're just tuning in, missed the chat with Tabari Snoop Wallace, go back and listen to it. Just a very special human being, and really enjoyed talking football and life with him earlier today with your old teammate, Marcus. And we'll do it all over again next Thursday and talk more football, talk more life, and have a good time. We appreciate you joining us today.
Good times, man. I appreciate it.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt. We'll see you fine folks coming up Friday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Thank you all for tuning in and being a part of the show as well. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you on Friday. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive